panel's already been run, and they've heard it. But in the dark, among the stars, they know that God is dead.
Yeah. So now let me change from a lyric to spit. Just like we didn't change SNYDER's vision to shit. This man has no clue about DC Comics. And man, what the hell was with Superman's lip? I can't even watch it. It's such a disgrace. I really wish Zeus would punch shots in the face.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to SNYDER AV. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. I know there's probably not a lot of people here right now, if any, because I completely forgot about the fact that everybody would be watching wrestling tonight, because it's the pay-per-view thing. I'm not a big wrestling guy, so I'm not all up on it or anything, but I know a lot of my friends are all going nuts over it right now, including my friends in the geek community too, like you guys. So, you know, is what it is. I wanted to, before I did anything, none of my panel, nobody's here yet anyway, but I wanted to say something on my stream live, because I know, you know, once a YouTube video exists, it's always there. And I'm going to get a little personal for a minute with my own life situations going on right now. Not something I really want to get into or continue to talk about. I just want to put a statement out there, but I want to say happy birthday to my daughter, who I love very much. She's my youngest, and she turned 6 on the 2nd a couple days ago. And unfortunately, I am in a very messed up situation right now with her mother and the custody situation and stuff like that. And she's kind of been like kept from me for the last like year and a half since me and my ex broke up, when I was like an everyday dad to her the rest of her life before that. And it really sucks. It's something that I cope with, and I learn to function while things are getting worked out in the meantime, and I'm saving up money for a lawyer and stuff like that. But I just figured, you know, one of these days she's going to get old enough to have a phone or whatever, and she's going to end up realizing her dad has a YouTube show. And maybe one day she'll go back and watch these videos and see this and realize that none of what's happening right now was my choice. And I love her more than anything in the world. And I hope she had the best birthday ever. And she's an angel and the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I love her. And that's that. I just wanted to put that out there. So, Mia, I love you. Happy birthday. And so enough of the depressing stuff. Back to the show now. So tonight, I got some panel members coming in. Nobody's here yet, but you know, as you guys seen in the thumbnail, we're going to be talking about our favorite Spider-Men, because I feel like it's a topic that's been coming up a lot in conversations I've been having, because of the fact that Spider-Man No Way Home's coming out and everything. And you know, before that, I'm going to talk about, you know, current stuff going on and everything, and especially Titans. Titans, like, I know a lot of people got problems with it. A lot of people hate on it and stuff. But for me, it just keeps getting better every week. Like, I friggin' love the show. I love, like I've said a million times, I just love that these characters are even getting the shot to be brought to life. And that we're actually hey, what's up, Gavin? And that we're actually getting a live action series out of it, you know, rather than just another cartoon or something like that. You know, thanks, Gavin. Thanks. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I think everybody's still watching wrestling. Like, it's normally not this empty. And I got a couple panel guys coming in too. They're not here yet, but Lucas, what's up, man? What's going on? How you doing? But yeah, I was talking about Titans. I just, you know, as I've said a million times, I love the fact that these characters are even getting a shot to be on the screen at all. And the fact that it's being done and we're getting to see Nightwing, Starfire, Beast Boy, Superboy. I mean, like, all of them. And like, it's a TVMA show too with that, like, not a CW show. I think that's a pretty great feat, regardless of what, inconsistencies they might have in the storylines and stuff compared to the comics. It's just not that big of a deal to me. And I think the show is awesome. So, hey, baby girl, how's it going? What's up? I love everybody that puts hashtag restore the Snyderverse and all that stuff in their names. Like, I can't even type mine for that long. I've done it a couple times on here just for this thing, but like I couldn't picture having my actual name like devoted to it like that. Like, I got to give you guys credit in the movement, man. And what if was pretty good, I thought, and everything. I was whatchamacallit, I still like episode 2 the best, but this was my second favorite after episode 2. So if I had to pick, it would go like 2, 4, 3, 1. Basically, it would be my order of how I like the episodes. Because 3 was cool with them all getting assassinated and all that, but at the same time, it was like, it felt really predictable to me. Like, as soon as one person got killed and you kind of knew what the plot was going to be, it was like, okay, so the rest of them are going to get killed the rest of the episode, and that's exactly what happened, you know? So, I don't know. 2 really caught me off guard. 2, I thought was exciting. I like the whole idea of like him getting picked up by Yondu instead of Peter and everything. And yeah, I just think that's really good too. I think for a Marvel thing, I actually like What If than a lot of more than a lot of the live action movies, honestly, because I don't know, a lot of live action movies just come up short for me. This would like the Doctor Strange episode, even though I like episode 2 better, the Doctor Strange episode I actually watched twice just because I was like, felt like I didn't absorb it all on the first go. And that's a good thing. That's how I like my comic book material to be. That's why I love Zack Snyder's movies so much, because literally to this day, every time I watch Man of Steel, every time I watch BVS, and now it's happening with Zack Snyder's Justice League, every time I watch Zack Snyder's Justice League, I just notice something new. I notice something new to appreciate. And excuse me. I noticed something new to appreciate. I noticed some new, such slight, tiny, intricate detail of Easter eggs that he puts in that, like, it's like when you watch it, you know that only someone that reads the comics would know to do that or something. Like, there's so much of that going on in Zack's DC movies. It's fucking great. Like, I fucking love it the way he does that. Like for instance, like the other night I was watching Zack Snyder's Justice League again for like, I lost count of how many times, but the opening scene where Superman's getting killed by Doomsday, I completely noticed that, like, if you watch that scene, the way the 360 shots happening and the graphics and the way the rocks are moving with the lightning coming out of Doomsday and everything, it looks exactly like, I don't know if anybody remembers, but like the end credits to Injustice 1, the game, like when the Depeche Mode songs playing and like all those like slow-mo, like where they come in fast, you know, and like it's almost like that game based their fucking shit in those credits off of like Zack Snyder's like action style, kind of the way the slow-mo shots look. But it's like the same thing, and all the shots of like the two people fighting go 360 like that. And I felt like that Doomsday Superman scene in the beginning of Zack Snyder's Justice League is like a total homage to that or something. Like it feels exactly like it, but like in real life, you know. Just like 300 feels exactly like the comic book, like when the soldiers are getting pushed off the cliff and all that stuff, like how it looks like the page brought to life. I feel like that Doomsday Superman scene looks like the credits of Injustice brought to life, like literally, you know, because that's what Zack does. Zack is just a fucking genius. The dude, like, film is like a fucking canvas to him as an artist. You know, it's crazy. I mean, the show is called Snyder Ave, so, you know, I go into Zack Snyder rants. That's just going to happen from time to time, you know, because I mean, it's a play. It's Snyder Ave's a street, like, crosses with my street up the street right here too. So it was a cross on like where I am, and the fact that like it just happened to be like his last name was the name of the street. So I figured I'd like merge the two into the show, make it, thought it was a cool gimmick. Um, But let me check my thing real quick here. Hold on a sec. I'm just waiting to see if anybody. Oh, cool. True 31's coming in a minute. He just messaged me back. I think Enosh might stop by too in a little bit. And Austin Lee should be coming soon. And I guess everybody's watching wrestling. I don't know. I wasn't expecting to be sitting here doing this solo. I wasn't really ready for that yet. So what else is going on? I'll tell you what, with the Spider-Man thing, I won't disclose my whole thing yet, but I am really big on the fact that, like, I have a theory right now that I think that the deal that Feige and Sony did to extend this whole thing, and the reason that they're doing the Spider-Verse shit right now, is because, like, I kind of have a deep desire on one hand, and on the other hand, kind of like a actual serious belief, like rationalization, that I think the possibility, like, that Andrew, like, that this multiverse could split it off so that the Sonyverse becomes a separate thing again, but MCU gets to keep Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield goes back over with Venom and all. You know, like, even the comments that whoever made a couple weeks ago about, like, you know, after this movie, it'll be clear what the intentions are going forward, like with the Spider-Man plan and everything. So I don't know. I just think a lot of things are really coincidental in that aspect. And I could have sworn, I know last night Jarbo was saying that, like, the other way around, that, like, Sony needed Disney more or whatever, but I could have swore that it seemed like at the time when maybe not now, but at the time when the contract was first going to be up with Holland, like, Sony was like, could have just went and did their own thing at that point and probably made more money, like, because they would have got it all instead of, you know, breaking down what they were breaking down to Disney or whatever. I could be wrong though, but, and, you know, I just feel like somehow it got finagled that they would keep it going, you know, like somehow Feige got them to keep extending it and keep it going, you know. So I think that'd be really cool. I think like Tom Hardy, you know, regardless who my favorite Spider-Man is, I think Andrew Garfield would fit with Tom Hardy. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would be a good pairing in a movie or whatever. Oh, okay. I got a Truth down here. Let me bring it Truth. Yo, what's up, man?
Yo, what's going on, man?
What's going on, man? This is the first time I have you on, bro.
I know. Thank you for sending me a link.
yeah, I know. I've been all over the place because I'm doing this tomorrow. It's like the first. It's my first. I mean, I've done a million shows in my life, rapping and everything, but, like, this is my first time doing a stream show, and I'm all worried about how I'm getting the sound set up and everything. It's like,
how you doing? Good, man.
I've been going nuts all day. But
doing fucking better than me the first time I started fucking streaming. Yeah, well, I had fucking nobody watching.
Well, it's kind of, I think whatchamacallit, I just happened to, like, I forget how me and Enosh even got cool. It kind of happened by accident, but that definitely helped me out, like him coming on the first couple and everything. Like,
he's a cool guy, man.
Yeah, he's awesome, man. He's
no,
the best. But so how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I've been keeping up with I don't know if you watch wrestling, but I've been keeping up with AEW.
Yeah, I know. I figured that's why no one's here right now, because like everybody's watching that. I knew what I was in for. I was even thinking about pushing the time back at the last minute, and then RJ said it was probably going to be over at like midnight. So I was like, I might as well just do it and let people watch it after the fact.
Watching the highlights on Twitter.
Yeah,
because I know CM Punk is wrestling right now, so I've been keeping up with the highlights and shit.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know. I don't even know who that is, honestly, but, like, everybody's been talking about it. I know. But, yeah, because Austin and someone else. Yeah, Austin's coming on, and I said he might stop by later or something.
Okay. Gotcha.
And somebody else besides Austin, so I can't remember. I'm all over the place today, dude. I've been running around like a madman.
So good, bro.
So what'd you think of Titans this week? Any improvement on your opinion of it, or?
I stopped watching Titans after episode.
Oh, really? Okay, 5. I got you. All right. Yeah, I know you don't like it. I know your opinion.
I was fair. I gave it 5 episodes, and I was like, you know what? This is just not doing anything for me. So I was like, okay, this is. I'm off the Titans train. Yeah. And from what I'm hearing, I'm not really missing anything. So, but I know you're a big fan of it, so I don't want to like.
I did, yeah. I just look at it like it's not like I gotta. I don't know. I guess I overlook a lot because it's like we're not getting these characters any other way, so it's like, you know. But
I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I do, like I said, I appreciate the fact that, like, thank God at least it was like a TVMA DC Universe thing, HBO Max thing that like isn't CW at least, you know, like that's, you know, because I take Titans any day over Flash from season 3 on, basically, you know. Like I mean
I would agree.
I mean, like season 1 and 2 of Flash were great, season 1 and 2 of Arrow were great, and I'll even give like the first season of Legends credit. That wasn't that bad, you know what I mean? But then like
solid.
I mean, dude, like with Smallville, it was the opposite. Smallville started out all friggin' gay and everything. No offense to gay people, I didn't mean that like that. I gotta watch it. I'm too old. I gotta watch what I say. So. I have gay relatives and stuff, so it's not like. But you know, it was really like teen, you know, One Tree Hill in the beginning, and then when WB became CW. DC actually like stepped in at that point at like season 4 and started like they actually had guys that know about the comics conjecting into the storylines and stuff at that point, writing and stuff. And the show went uphill and got better from that point on, you know. But it's like with the current CW shows, it's the complete opposite. It's like they all start great and then they become like dude, the Flash, like I keep trying to give the Flash a chance again.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, I can't get an episode and a half through, and I'm just like, it's like, dude, it's bad. It's like really bad, man. Like I don't know what audience they think they're catering to, but it's
especially heartbreaking because I was a big fan of the first season. I think it was like,
and I mean the way he came in Arrow and everything, it was so exciting back then. Perfect. It was really like, And dude, that was back when like Arsenal was with Oliver still, like, and that was all. I thought that was all badass, you know, like
Deathstroke, which is awesome. Even though I didn't like.
I will give Deathstroke was freaking great, but I will give Arrow credit that it did have a middle point where it came back up. Arrow did, Flash didn't, but Arrow around the time that what's his name, you know, that Spanish dude from Oz and everything, he was like the villain, but you didn't know for the first half of the season.
Oh yeah, Prometheus. I think that was his name. Prometheus.
No, it's like the gangster dude, like the Puerto Rican gangster dude. Okay. Like he was a great. Like I love that season. He was a great villain, and but then after that, it started going into all the crap with the daughter from the future and all that stuff.
Yeah, all the crossovers. It just muddled everything. It's like, what's happening here?
I mean, even him having the son with the other chick, and then like Felicity and him getting married, and
it's like what is happening here?
I mean, he was like too young of an Oliver at that point to have a kid that was like in high school. First of all, you know, it didn't make sense like to me really. I don't know.
Even though like Arrow basically took all of Batman's storylines and just put it in the show. It's like, okay, well, whatever. Since you can't have Batman, I guess you have Green Arrow.
Exactly. That's exactly what they did with him. Yeah, I mean, and that was all because of Smallville too, because of Justin Hartley's popularity was the whole reason that show got greenlit next. You know, people read like that came right off the heels of Smallville, basically. You know, he was I know. I liked him better than Hawk. You know what I mean? Like I've watched the pilot. Of that Aquaman show, and I would have rather had him than Hawk, honestly. Like,
how was it? Was it good? The pilot?
It was. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was very like,
CW,
WB, not even CW. It was like back in the WB days. I think you know what I mean. But it was like pretty good. Like they like Mira's in it, and she like comes to like he's on land, doesn't know anything about Atlantis or anything in the beginning. And she like shows up like you got to come fight and like similar to like Justice League or something, and I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, there's a big fight scene with the trench monsters at the end out on a boat. Yeah, similar to the scene in Aquaman actually in the movie, like something like that happens. Yeah. But it was pretty good, and I thought he was a lot more believable in the role than the dude that plays Hawk. The dude that plays Hawk became a lot better actor since he became like in between the time of then and playing Hawk. I feel like because when he was
too
Hawk,
fucking
he wasn't
surfer, bro.
He was not a good actor at all. It was like everything was like, dude, you don't get what the government's doing to the water, man. Like,
it's like, what is this fucking Keanu Reeves? Get the fuck out of here.
Sorry, I'm not even paying attention to the chat over here, guys. Sorry if I missed anybody.
Hello, baby girl.
I try to pop everybody up when they say what's up and everything. You know.
What's up, TWK?
What's up, Dark Star? I didn't see you come in. TWK, what's up, man? What's going on?
Oh Lord.
I'm on that side. Yeah.
I am not.
I'll tell you what. I'll just go first now. Anyway, since the other panel guys ain't here yet, but he's my favorite because like everyone else, like I fucking loved Toby in the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, and when Toby ended, I was mad. I was like, why are they rebooting? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then I went to the movies and seen Amazing Spider-Man. And by the end of the movie, my mind was completely changed. Like that, I felt like when I went to that movie, and I was still currently reading Spider-Man. Spider-Man's the one Marvel book that I never really stopped with my subscriptions. Like even though I switched everything to DC, Spider-Man, I still always pretty much stayed on top of what was going on and everything. And I thought it was perfect. Like I thought, like the way he was a Spider-Man and Peter Parker and everything. And the fact that they, like, even though they made it the modern Spider-Man, they went back and did the original very first story from the old comics, the 60s, you know?
Yeah.
I thought was a cool mix of how they put it together. And just the whole thing, like the scene at the end with him being injured on the roof and it, like, that whole movie just really, like, blew me away. Spider-Man, like I was like, to me, it was like, this is the best Spider-Man movie I think has happened yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And probably with Toby Spider-Man 2 being my second favorite, honestly. But it was because like I said, I was saying on last week's stream, like I don't get I do get it because people don't understand, but like being that he's supposed to be a kid from like Queens, it's like people don't get that. Like when you live in the inner city, like what looks like a nerd isn't the same as like, you know, like a lot of times in the inner city, you don't really have like traditional nerds per se. Yeah. You know, like I know where I grew up, like I feel like if you pay attention to the background of that setting and that realistic take on it, like he's like the skinny, frail, not athletic, but skateboardy kid. Which was what a lot of like, I guess what you would consider nerd kid, like the kids that got picked on were like that when I was in high school and stuff. Yeah. And I mean, you see the way Flash looks, you know, like I think that like obviously their school in their neighborhood was still had a little yup to it because it was like the nice part of Queens or whatever where he lived, you know what I mean? But still, it's like, you know, Flash is like wearing a velour suit and Tim's with a part shaved in, you know? So it's like it's like you can see that like obviously where he's from. Sense. It makes sense. Yeah. And I feel like people overlook that like in a real environment in this day and age, in a city environment, no one that looks like Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker would even exist in high school. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like
it was a different time too.
It's like I know when I was growing up, we never had any of that. Like there was no, unless there was someone that was like a complete, like out there, you know what I mean? But for the most part, they were just like outcast kids, but they were still like skaters or goths or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, and I felt like he fit that bill perfect, you know? And that's what the comics were reflecting at the time too. I felt like, you know what I mean? Like, whereas I felt like Toby was like more like the old, you know, like the old school, like McFarlane, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Like, and I felt like Andrew more represented my generation of Spider-Man kind of, you know, I guess. And then Tom Holland just ruined everything.
Trash Holland,
Trash Holland, yes.
Love calling him trash. I know some people get pissed off by that, but it's like, come on, like, fucking relax. It's a fucking joke.
I mean, even Amazing Spider-Man 2, while it's not a great movie, the swinging scenes are the best ever, I think, out of all the movies. Agree. Like it's, I mean, that opening scene where he's falling and
that was like, awesome.
That was, I mean, especially in an IMAX in the movies, it felt like you were like falling forward in your seat for a second.
Love all the camera movement. Yeah, it really captured the feeling of swinging with Spider-Man, which I thought it did really well. Tom Holland's not that bad. His villains are great. No,
he only has one so far, really, right?
Like Batman. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, he was good. I can't knock that. Yeah,
he was good.
Out of all the Tom Holland ones, that's my favorite one because of him. You know, that's the only one I really like at the moment. But...
yeah, because you like Michael Keaton. I think that's what it is.
yeah, pretty. Yeah, and I thought he pulled the role off good. Like, I I thought he acted good in it too. Like he came off kind of like sinister, but with a cause. You know, like I believed it. You know, like
I wish he was like fucking a Norman Osborn. That would have been really great to see him.
Yeah, right. See, but it's like that's the thing is I can't see Tom Holland going up against any of them. You know what I mean? Like it's like I'd even like put Toby or Andrew against all the real villains like that, like you know Goblin, and I just can't see Tom Holland handling them on his own, like the way they've developed them. You know, like it's like what's up, Puzzlers?
What's up, Puzzlers? In Civil War, he was all right. Not really. He was trash there too. I just don't like Tom Holland Spider-Man. Like,
it's hard to like what they did with Spider-Man in Civil War. Yeah. If you know the real story and what happens with Spider-Man, it's like one of the best moments in the whole fucking book when he changes sides and everything, like and fucks Iron Man up. Like I love that part, dude. Like,
and doesn't he like you know he takes off his mask and reveals himself to the world and shit like that.
I think so. Yeah, if I remember correctly, I haven't read it in a while, but yeah, I think that does all happen around the middle of the story there, where like where he's like I forget what he says something really sly to Iron Man right before they start fighting, and he busts out the Iron Spider too. That he's like where Iron Man's like talking to him, like still in the assumption that like we're the good guys. Yeah. And Spider-Man's like you know like no you're not, you know, like you're wrong, you know, like it's a really good book. Like that and Avengers vs. X-Men too are like two of my favorite Marvel stories, which is why the movie was a letdown for me. I mean,
it is what it is. I did like a Black Panther though. I thought he was had a solid introduction.
Movie. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what. If I had to rank like Marvel movies, it wouldn't be low. It wouldn't be in the low ones on my list. Like Civil War is watchable to me. You know, like it's no Winter Soldier, but it's you know.
Yeah, I feel like Winter Soldier is probably like one of the best Marvel movies they put out.
It's still my favorite to this day. Yeah, like fuck Endgame and Infinity War. I still like if I had to pick right now, like I can only watch one Marvel movie for the rest of my life. That would be it. Like no doubt. Like
I feel like
it's so different. It's so the pacing, everything. Like that's the one Marvel movie that's like a fucking anomaly. Like it doesn't feel like any of the other ones. You know, it's like.
It doesn't try to force humor. It's organic. It's just natural. Like it has serious moments and then it has this comedic moments, and it just blends so well. Where in the other Marvel movies, it just feels so forced and it's corny. And it's like, yo, what is this shit, bro?
Yeah.
It's like take all this shit out.
I think the score is a big part of it too. The way that they scored Bucky, like the Winter Soldiers, like that, you know, that like screeching. Oh, dude, that
was creepy.
Every time he was on screen, it commanded him, you know, like that music going with him and shit. And like when he fucking is chasing him through the building and it's like down, and he's like running up on the fucking, he's looking at him through the window and all, dude. That's fucking great, dude. It's definitely the best Marvel movie by far. Right?
It's great. It's fantastic. Shang-Chi was fine. I haven't seen Shang-Chi. Have you seen Shang-Chi?
Nah, I really don't care about seeing it, honestly. I mean, I didn't even know who he was until this, and I read Marvel too, and I had no idea who the fuck he was, honestly. Like,
but it's definitely the best MCU film. Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that and the first Iron Man? I really love the first Iron Man movie.
I actually watched it last night, because every once in a while I'll get in a mood and I'll be like, let me try to watch the whole MCU from the beginning, just to say, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'll watch Iron Man and then I'll get to Thor and I'll give up like halfway through Thor.
It's funny, like when you watch the first Iron Man movie, like it is so different from what we have now with the rest of the Marvel movies.
Oh yeah, definitely, because it was pre-Disney, you know. It's like that and Incredible Hulk. I like too, like with Winter Soldier, you know,
super underrated.
Yeah. I think Edward Norton was smart for not. I mean, I like with the integrity, like he was worried about his integrity as an actor and everything. Yeah, I mean, even though he probably would have been set for life money-wise, but I mean...
I felt bad for him because he wanted to do a more serious take on the Hulk, and I guess they had different plans for the character, which sucks because I would have liked to see Edward Norton's interpretation of that character.
I really liked it. To me, it was like he got the comics and almost like some of the old show all modernized and serious. You know what I mean? Like it was really. I thought it was. I mean, for a character like the Hulk, like how serious can you make, though? You know what I mean? And he really did. Like, he really made it good, I thought. Like,
it worked.
I mean, you're talking about this dude that's just going to be like this raging idiot and smash shit, you know? Like, it's like all the making all the other story when he's not in that form exciting enough to give it plot and everything. Like, that's no small achievement.
and the Hulk wasn't an idiot in that movie, which sucks because they kind of turn him into an idiot in other fucking future Marvel movies.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what the fuck is this?
No, I'll tell you what. After Endgame, I'm like, I like them better without intelligence. Like,
yeah, yeah, they fucked him up.
Yeah, it's like it's just like now it's Mark Ruffalo. Now it really is just like Mark Ruffalo's the Hulk now, you know, and it's weird, dude. Like,
it's like, why?
It's different when it was two separate people and like Hulk was Hulk, but seeing like Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk and talking as the Hulk's voice, it doesn't fit. I don't think.
No,
like,
it's weird.
Like the casting is just weird now because they went that far with it. You know, like it's like. I feel like they need to just do General Ross already and do Red Hulk and the Thunderbolts, man. Like
they might bring in.
They could bring in John Bernthal's Punisher with them and like Deadpool even, or you know, like they can make an awesome Thunderbolts if they really wanted to, man. Like,
were you a big fan of the Punisher show, the John Bernthal show? To me, I didn't really dig it all that much.
I was a fan, however. I think Daredevil season 2 is a better Punisher show than the Punisher show.
I would.
You know what I mean? Like I watch that more because of Punisher than watching the Punisher show. Basically, you know, like because I just felt like the Punisher show was good, but it could have did more. You know what I mean? Like we really didn't need to keep rehashing through the family killing. I felt like we could have just went on to like another. Like I felt like Daredevil kind of. I mean, I guess season 1, but then season 2, then like Billy, it's like it's just an extension of the same origin story going on and on and on, kind of, you know. And it got, I don't know, it just got a little boring to me.
It also got a little weird with the whole subplot of John Bernthal, taking care of the dude's wife. I was like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I know, that was weird. I mean, I think that did actually happen in the comics back in the 90s at one point. Like around the same time, like War Journal was going on and shit. I think I remember a storyline like that, but still, it's like very like it was crazy. But in Daredevil season 2, it's he's like perfect, dude. Like I remember watching that and being like, this like, dude, it blew all the movie iterations away. It was like I mean, that part when he's in the fucking diner and he's like, he says to her, like, it's just some guys that are about to walk into a diner for the last time, you know, like, dude, he was so perfect as Frank Castle, man. He was like, and then when he would do his like, like his fucking scream, like that crazy Shane from Walking Dead fucking scream, you know, like it's god.
But every time he did that fucking scream, like that shit just got me hyped. I was like, fuck yeah, let's fucking go.
Remember when the fucking trailer dropped with the Metallica song and the machine gun? He's like
fucking screaming and shit.
Yeah, dude, that was a good song to go with the Punisher too. That Metallica song, that was cool.
Fucking loved it. I feel like Daredevil was the best of the Netflix shows. Seasons 1, 2, and 3 for me were like all the best. Yeah.
I think I could get behind that. I think Daredevil being the best.
Out of Marvel and DC?
I'm trying to think of a DC show that beats it. And I couldn't right off the top of my head.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, I guess I could get behind, it was like
no, I can't think of it.
Yeah, it's tough. Daredevil's really fucking good, man. Luke Cage was really good too. I think Luke Cage was my second favorite out of them, honestly. Like,
the first season. I would say the first season is the best.
The second season was good too. It took a while to get going, but he was a good villain once, I mean, but the first season was bulk, dude. Like with fucking
Cottonmouth,
the Cottonmouth and the sister and everything. Yeah, that shit was awesome, dude. Like, and the same. I mean, just the way. I mean, dude, the episodes were all the names of Wu-Tang songs and shit too. It was so great. Like the whole homage to the '90s. I fucking loved it, man. It was awesome. Like,
soundtrack was great.
The one where he goes into the with the ghost face. I think was it the ghost face joint or no? It was Seven Chamber that plays, and the one it's like the opening scene. He just goes through the crack building and like
Oh,
fucks
yeah.
everybody up for the like right for the cops coming and all, and like the Wu-Tang song just like plays. He's got his headphones on listening to it. There's like bullets
dope.
going in him and shit.
Ray Stevenson. He was good. He was all right.
I mean, he was, but I mean, I feel like if there would have been more acting in that movie, I don't know how well he would have pulled it off. You know,
it's a
that movie was a lot more just like violence and, you know,
yeah.
like that was like a really grindhouse Punisher, that movie. Like, I like it though. I do. I like it better than Thomas Jane one, honestly. Like,
yeah. I think I like Thomas Jane as Punisher. I just didn't really like the movie all that much.
I did watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. up until the Ghost Rider stuff ended. That was the last I watched of it. Like, the Robbie Reyes season was great, and then it started to get dumb again, I thought, and I stopped watching it. But
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
I wasn't a big fan of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Dude, the Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider season though is almost like a self-contained. Like, it could have just been season 1 of Ghost Rider, kind of. They did the story really, really good on it. Like, I was surprised. Like,
but was Johnny Blaze introduced?
No, this was just Robbie Reyes' story.
Okay.
Like, which is a good story. Like, his is different. Like, it's like a separate it's like the spirit of this like serial killer in the car, basically, that's like comes back, but it's like he wants to be bad, I believe, and like Robbie fights against the instinct that like kind of gets him in check, because I think it's like his uncle or something was the killer or the gang member or whatever, I forget. And then he's got this like handicapped little brother he takes care of. It's a good I liked it when they did it in the comics. It happened back in like 2010 or 11 or something like that, and I thought it was cool. And then when they did it on the show, it was pretty accurate to what I read. And I have like the first run of it when it first happened, you know, and they matched it up pretty good. I was impressed.
That's awesome. I didn't know that there are multiple versions of Ghost Rider. I thought it was just Johnny Blaze.
Honestly, when I was growing up, Johnny Blaze was Johnny Blaze by that point. Like in the comics, Johnny Blaze had a small run in the beginning, but then Dan Ketch became the main Ghost Rider. And all through like the late 80s and 90s, Dan Ketch was pretty much Ghost Rider. And if the Ghost Rider movies would have kept going, they were setting him up in part 2. He was the kid that he was protecting that was going to get the hellfire, you know, like which I'm not sure if that matched the comics, I forget, but either way, it's like, he was. So it's like then him, then Dan Ketch, but then this Robbie Reyes thing wasn't linked to them at all. Kind of, it was like its total own, like another spirit escaped hell kind of thing, and had a you know, his spirit in a vehicle or whatever, or some shit like that. Like,
Gotcha.
But it was done good though. It was a good story. I know it's like, you know, you explain shit like that and it sounds retarded,
but gotcha.
Yeah, and I forgot about that, Gavin. You're right. Yeah.
Flashback. Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, for an ABC show, they did Ghost Rider pretty freaking good.
Yeah. Ghost Rider. Trash and Titans. No, I'm not gonna trash Titans. I've done that plenty.
Yeah. Yeah, I was already pretty much done talking about it anyway when you came on. It worked out perfect.
Titans. Let's see. Like Robbie Reyes. Cool.
Yeah, and honestly, it's worth the read. Like, if I mean, I don't know if you read Marvel stuff, but if
not that much.
Even that just grabbed a little run, the opening run digitally. It was like called All New Ghost Rider or something like that. It was a good run. It was a good story.
I'll check it out.
It was a different art style too. It was like it was like one of the newer artists that kind of has that like it's almost like half graffiti-ish mixed with comic book art, kind of like the way the style was, but not in like a cheesy like Starfire mommy way, you know, like that kid, like a kid's book or anything. It was like tastefully done. I liked the style. I remember thinking like,
I gotcha. I'll check it out. See how it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, I'd even have puzzlers. I'd have to say that Daredevil's definitely better than Titans. Like,
yeah, it's fucking good, man. It's a good show.
Daredevil, Daredevil. It changed everything to me, it's the fact that like it was even loosely attached to the MCU and was as good as it was shocking to me. I was like, I wish Netflix would buy Marvel and DC.
Oh, that would be fucking fantastic.
Like, dude, could you imagine that if Netflix just bought DC and Marvel? Like, we'd have like perfect comic book properties, like, because obviously they get it, you know. Like, gave us the first Batman who didn't kill in LA. What? First Batman who didn't kill.
Oh, so what? Zack Snyder Justice League?
Yeah, give us the first. Oh well, yeah. I guess he didn't kill in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Yeah, well, parademons don't count; they're not alive anymore. But yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, and that's why the people that still say shit like talking about him killing that don't get that it was a story arc that has now gotten to the point where he's not anymore in Zack Snyder's Justice League. They're just dum-dums, like, and they're dense. This is my opinion.
I would say George Clooney's Batman was also one that didn't kill. If you want to count that, Batman and Robin.
I'd have to go back and watch the chat, but I don't think I'm doing that anytime soon.
Yeah, it's not good.
Dude, even my 5-year-old daughter at one time, like when she was 4, couldn't stand like because she had already watched Batman the animated series. I think she'd even caught some Bale on TV, so on around TNT or something random nights, you know, and she'd just go to play and wouldn't even pay attention to it. You know what I mean? Like, just be like, this is dumb. You know what I mean? Like, but then she'd watch Batman the animated series and she'd be like asking me deep questions about the storylines of the show and stuff like that. Like, she'd be like glued to it, dude. Like, it was great. Like,
like that movie just does not work on any level. It is horrendous.
It really is. I truly believe that in his head back in that, like, we don't know how to make comic book movies yet climate that was going on back then.
Yeah.
Not that it's perfect yet either, but I think he was like, oh, I got to make a modern version of like Adam West Batman. Like, I think that's what he was thinking or something, because that's the only way it makes sense to me, is that like the whole movie's just trying to be like modern Adam West Batman with the neon lights and everything. Like, it just all is like, so like, I'm like, why are we in like Crime Alley and there's neon fucking clothes and black lights everywhere? Like, what the fuck is going on?
It just didn't translate. It's like, okay.
Nah, yeah. And Tommy Lee Jones' makeup was so fake. It was like so bad. It was such a waste of a bunch of good actors too, if you think about it. Like,
you got Tommy Lee Jones, Jim Carrey. And
like, imagine
Tommy Lee Jones. He could have been like a great Harvey Dent if taken seriously.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like, imagine if they actually like you know, had like a good writer and everything with that movie with all those actors in it. It could have been great. Shit. Even if they just kept Tim Burton and had Keaton back with all those actors, it would have been great. Like,
yeah, that would have been interesting. We would have had fucking Billy D. Williams as Two-Face.
Yeah, well, that too. Yeah, I think Billy D. Williams. I thought that would have been good. Yeah, I thought he would have been cool as it. What was I just about to say? I was thinking of something with Keaton.
With Tim Burton.
Yeah, I forget. Whatever.
We would have done another Batman movie with Tim Burton.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. I mean, that definitely would have been. I mean, I don't hate Batman Forever as much as Batman and Robin, but I don't know, it's still not that good to me. Like, I don't get the whole I mean, not that I won't support the Schumacher cut, because I'm all for a director's cut, you know, but I just don't really care about it. Like, you know, like when people get all hype about it, I'm like, you know, I don't think it's going to be that much better or anything. It's just going to be longer, you know. Like,
but it has a fan base, so if they have it somewhere in the fucking vaults, like, why not? Just put it on HBO Max.
Oh, really? Okay. Well,
yeah.
I mean, I'll give it a chance. You know, I wouldn't mind watching it. Definitely. Like, I mean, like, if they come out with the actual director's cut, I would, I would definitely check it out just to see, you know, like, I love that we have Snyder and Reeves behind Batman and give us comic accurate Batman instead of people who don't give a shit. Well, that's yet to be seen. Let's the jury's still out on Matt Reeves. We don't know that yet. Like,
I trust Matt Reeves more than Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I do too, and I hope that, like, if they tried it, because I did hear that they were calling them back in for reshoots and shit, and I really hope that, like, they don't fuck him or anything, you know. I don't know,
stupid shit.
Because, dude, they're so scared for their jobs right now with Discovery coming in.
Oh,
like, you know they are. Like, I mean, especially because, like, now fucking the Suicide Squad flop, basically. Oof. Like, at Wonder Woman 84. Like none of the
Yeah.
movies they've done have had any lasting power or
No,
made
they
them any
don't.
continuing money or anything like that. And they're fucking freaking out. And they're
Yeah.
at the point right now where they're like, one of these things has to be it, like has to fucking save us, like make us look good. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, you know, it's like now there's all these different screenings are happening. I bet you they're all going to get shown different versions at these different screenings and shit. Like there's already a bunch of different fucking edits going on. I bet you. And it's not going to be
there's
good.
like no hype for DC fandom whatsoever. There's like nothing. I'm just like,
I can fucking care less about fucking DC.
No hype.
It's fucking DC General Public Dome. That's what the fuck it is. Like fucking DC fandom. DC, we don't give a fuck about fandoms. Like,
for the fans, like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'll check out the shit I'm interested in, like on videos after the fact, but it's not going to be like last year where I was sitting there all hype watching it live and everything. I'm not, you know, I'll probably be watching like fucking Zack Snyder's Justice League when that's on. Like,
probably. I'll have it on the background and shit. If anything cool happens, which I doubt.
Download BF Virtual Work Print Vintage Fan Edit. It's available online. It restores the scenes to their proper chronological order and inserts Red Book narrative. The story was written around. Oh, that sounds cool. We'll check it out.
Lame docs. Well, they have like
seeing Toby in that fucking video out front of the premiere, or the Dune. Yeah, I was just like, that motherfucker. Like, dude, I just want to hit him so bad. I was watching Truman Show today, and I just wanted to punch the brother in his smug face. I was like, oh my god. I love Truman Show. I can throw it out on once in a while and just.
I haven't seen it in a while.
It's a cool movie. The concept's cool. I think, you know, it's like, because if you think about it, it's like Jim Carrey, like the whole thing's like a parody of like us and Earth and what we believe we see. You know what I mean? Kind of like, it's like I like that part of it. Like,
it works today too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's kind of timeless. Yeah, for sure. Jim Carrey's such a good actor too, dude. Like if he I think if he got a second shot at Riddler in a serious movie, he'd be fucking awesome still. Like,
yeah, he'd be awesome. I was always
you know, and all that shit. Like,
always wanted to see like another Ace Ventura movie. I was hoping, but it's like it never just came. Because I love Ace Ventura.
Yeah. Oh my god. Especially the first one.
Oh, I love the first one.
Even I didn't see the first one in the movies, but I seen the second one in the movies, and like that opening scene where he's like running with the fucking Jeep and shit. Dude. Like oh my god, dude, he's fucking great. When he does like that, you know, with the door, like, he's dude. I loved him on Living Color as a kid too. Like,
oh yeah, he was a stand-up comedian. A lot of people don't know that.
Dude, I don't know how. I'm not gonna ask, but how old you are if you're in the same age group to have watched Living Color when it was live. Yeah. But the episode when he did Vanilla Ice, I seriously thought Vanilla Ice was the music guest, dude. I didn't realize till like halfway through the first verse, listening to what he was saying, that like, wait, that's fucking Jim Carrey. Like, this is a joke. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because he did the dance and all so perfect and everything, dude. It was insane. Like, oh my god.
It was a Vanilla Ice and it was a Fire Marshal Bill, which is fucking hysterical.
Fire Marshal Bill, yeah. Dude, the Fire Marshal Bill. There's some crazy ones he did, dude. Where, especially like the Christmas ones, he'd like always like smash like their house on fire, smash through their tray, and be like, think of it as a fire escape. The fucking crazy eye and shit.
He was one of the
tuck his lip up. But that Vanilla Ice one, dude. Oh my god, it was like the outfit, the hair. He had the hair blue. It's so like his physical acting, the way he could like make his body, you know, contort to anything and look like anything, dude. He was fucking insane, dude.
He was fucking perfect. He was perfect at it.
Everyone on there in the early seasons were all funny people too, like that went good together. You know, it's like
the Wayne brothers, and you had Tommy Davidson. Was Tommy Davidson there?
Tommy Davidson, David Allen Greer,
Damon Wayans.
Damon Wayans Sr. And even towards the later seasons, the younger two were in it, but the one was the DJ of the Wayans brothers. Yeah, he was SD1, the DJ and shit with the Fly Girls, and then Marlon started acting in the skits and shit. You know what I mean?
Jim Carrey, Joker, that'd be interesting.
And J-Lo was one of the Fly Girls.
That's
I
right.
think somebody else was too. I think there was another famous person that was one of them too. But it was great. It was like the reverse Saturday Night Live, you know, and like Jim Carrey was the white boy. I loved it. Like,
It was edgier too. It was funnier.
definitely, yeah. Yeah, Saturday Night Live wasn't getting away with as much back then than they have in the more recent years. Like,
Now it's like
it's
way too
crazy
PC.
how much of a pass they get, like SJW wise and everything. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's like they get looked at as liberal, you know. So it's like, not that I'm really one of them politics people or anything, but Saturday Night Live, like they definitely get a pass on shit. You know what I mean? Like it's like everything they do is just considered tasteful right off the jump.
That's why it's boring. That's why nobody talks about it, because it's all saved comedy, and it's just like no one pushes the envelope.
My favorite time was like the Will Ferrell days. That was the best. Like when it was like Will Ferrell and Jimmy Fallon and all
Chris
them.
Kattan.
Like, Chris Kattan. Oh yeah. Well, actually, yeah. Jimmy Fallon and them came after, but that was my two. That was the best patch I think of the show. It was like from the Will Ferrell days to the Jimmy Fallon and them days. You know, like and all the chicks came out of there, Tina Fey and Amy Poehler and all them. Like fucking when they would do like the hot tub skit and all that shit. This shit was
And
so
Jimmy
funny.
Fallon was fucking breaking character and laughing and shit.
Always like and honestly, I'm one of the people that liked it. I'm one of the people that would crack up when it would happen, you know, like, but he would do it in like every fucking skit. Dude. He really would. Like,
okay, there's drama happened.
Yeah, what happened? Did I miss something? What's up, Paul Smith? How you doing, dude? I didn't know you were here. What's going on? But so you I know yours is Toby, right? Your favorite is
Toby's my guy, King Toby.
So you want to give your background on why or whatever? Like,
well, I grew up with Toby. I remember watching Spider-Man because I was in junior high when that movie came out, and that was like the first live action Spider-Man ever, and it was almost like Batman '89 there was like so much hype. Yeah, like the dolls and posters.
It was definitely.
It was like a fucking big deal. And I watched it in theaters, and I was just like, bro, like this is fucking amazing. I was like, I loved every single minute of the film. I think I watched it like over 7 times in theaters. So I was just, I just fucking loved it. Because it's like Spider-Man. It's like a big live action, big budget Spider-Man, and it was
you're absolutely right about the fact that it was the same effect as Batman '89 kind of.
Just
in a newer time it was the second time but it really was like the next one after that like, you know, was coming in like that. Like,
and this was like before all the, you know, the big DC Marvel movies that came out. Because
absolutely.
Batman and Robin, you had Blade, and you had X-Men, and that was it. You didn't really have anything else.
Well, and X-Men was like the same year, wasn't it? Weren't they like the same time?
It was 2000. Yeah, it was around the same year. Yeah, it was the same year because it came out 2 years after. But
because I always say that them two started it kind of this modern phase, you know, even beyond '89, they started like the modern phase of the comic book movies we know now. Kind of was X-Men and Spider-Man.
And Spider-Man just like broke down the fucking door because it's like, okay, like we can take comic book movies seriously again.
I mean, for like a, you know, like. Just like the way I feel about Titans, I felt like for the first time out and everything, like it was perfect. Like they did a really good job. I hated the organic web shooters, but other than that, it was perfect. You know, it was exactly what it should have been for the time and the first time they're doing it and everything. You know, and it was safe, but also great. You know, it was like
It also was like Sam Raimi, which is like this is like Sam Raimi's big first, you know, big budget movie, and he did a fucking phenomenal job. Because also Sam Raimi's a big comic book nerd. He's also a big Spider-Man fan. So when you watch the film, you can tell there's a lot of love in the film. There's a lot of passion behind the character.
Absolutely, definitely,
Yes, I'm unbanned.
How are you banned in the first place? I don't even have mods yet. Dude, what the fuck? I think I don't even know what's going on, man.
Yeah, it's some drama. Damn, she was like Andrew back.
I mean, honestly, even though I want Andrew Garfield to come back, I wouldn't. I'd totally be behind them giving Toby a send off too separately in his own movie or something. You know, like even though I really dislike Part 3.
Yeah,
I mean,
I would say Amazing Spider-Man 2 is worse than Spider-Man 3.
I don't know. I think I can watch Amazing Spider-Man 2 more. I mean, but see, every time Amazing Spider-Man 3 is on, I end up watching it. Like if it's on TV, I don't stop watching it. You know what I mean? But then by the end, I feel this like letdown feeling at the end, kind of. You know what I mean? But all the like Sandman and everything and the leading up, I think is good. You know. And I never bought Topher Grace's Eddie Brock.
No, that was horrible.
Like,
that was fucking horrendous.
Man, like, I mean, Venom was like the same size as Spider-Man.
Yeah, that shit was trash. I did not like that at all.
But then again, who knows? A lot of that, you know, who knows what was going on with the studio back then and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, it seems to be the curse of comic book movies that eventually the studio is like, let's put all these fucking people in this one. You know, like
that's exactly what it was. It was a studio that wanted Venom, and Sam Raimi didn't want Venom. He's like, no, I think Venom is fucking stupid. I don't want him in my movie. But of course, you know, the studio said, hey, you're gonna do what we want, put Venom in the movie, and Sam Raimi was like, all right, fine, fuck it, I'll put him in the fucking movie.
And whoever's idea it was to do the fucking dance down the street, and in the bar and everything, that was bad, dude. I remember being in the movies and being like,
yeah, I was like, what the fuck's happening?
The black suits making him do this. That's what's happening right now.
Yeah, I was like, what? but now it is like kind of iconic now. People like fucking making memes.
It's a huge meme now. It really is. Yeah, I know. I want to get a couple myself for the show. I want to go like dig for I'm trying to get some drops together to start using on the show and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to dig in places, resources that haven't been milled yet, you know. Mm-hmm. And I've been going through Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and I found a lot of good ones in there that I'm gonna like screen record and clip out and stuff. Like there's a lot of good ones in there that like I can imagine dropping on people in the middle of a conversation, you know.
People are like, what the fuck?
Eddie Brock. Oh shit! I keep forgetting. Yeah, I wish there was a way that this would auto do this. You know, like putting the comments up, like just let it keep scrolling for you.
I'm sure it will, like over time.
Yeah, or who knows? Maybe if I had the like full paid version, it would. I don't know. Eddie Brock really went to church and was like, "God, please kill Peter Parker." Oh my god, I know.
That was so dumb. I was like, "Oh, why is Topher Grace in this movie?"
I mean, but the dripping thing, that was kind of accurate. I like that, like the how it dripped down onto him and everything, like with the bell and everything, like.
And I feel like the whole symbiote had a very like horror feeling to it, and it's, you know, Sam Raimi comes from horror, like that's his background.
Yeah,
so like that could have been
like when the symbiote wasn't on a body.
Yeah,
it was great. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree. Creepy. Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. Like, it's just, I think I blame the fucking studio.
Yeah,
Sam Raimi doesn't like Venom. Like that's what it is.
And I didn't like that how good Sandman was made. Kind of, you know, like I felt like they made Sam like I don't know. I felt like how would this dude go back to being a bad guy now? Like this is it. Yeah. This is the end of his road as a villain. You know, like he'll never be in the Sinister Six because he's gonna be a dad. Like,
and I didn't like the whole retconning of Sandman killing Uncle Ben. I thought that was kind of pointless. Like you didn't really need to do all that. It's like why change the backstory? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Wait. Originally, they were going to keep it that way. Like that wasn't the original story. That the other dude did it or whatever. You mean?
No, like that was a retcon, which I don't know why it
was. Oh, okay. I got you. All right.
I was like, what the fuck? I was like, why is this here? Like, okay, whatever.
Either way, even like with it being I don't know. I thought that was unnecessary altogether.
Yeah.
Like even having
wasn't needed.
That attached to Uncle Ben's killing.
Yeah.
You know, dude, that's another thing I love about Amazing Spider-Man is I feel like they did Uncle Ben's death way better. I felt the impact of Uncle Ben's death more in Amazing Spider-Man. You know, like.
And they never caught the killer too, right?
No, not yeah. I mean, not as of yet. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's going to be a storyline that ties back later. If Andrew Garfield comes, you know, like if the plan would have continued, maybe that was a storyline that when it was going to circle back or something. But yeah, at the point where he realizes like I'm being nuts and shouldn't keep hunting these blonde haired dudes down, I don't think he's caught yet at that point.
Yeah. That was a
And
nice touch, at least.
I really like the end too, like Dennis Leary dying, and like it's like the scream scene on the roof and everything.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, I just felt like that one. It just that one really, even though I like the action better in two, one story it really resonates with me. I really like the story in one. Like I felt like it was like made Spider-Man very real and impactful for, you know what I mean? Like, and consequences real in the Spider-Man world and everything, you know, like.
Oh yeah, he fucking suffered like loss, like first.
I'm
but that's part of the character's backstory, which I really appreciate.
Yes, definitely. And it really sucks that we didn't get to see it go on after that. I mean, like I said in the beginning, I love Tobey Maguire so much and wanted Spider-Man 4 so much that I was mad that they were rebooting it until I saw it. And then I'm like, they're giving up after fucking 2 already? Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, I was like, and as soon as I saw all the Electro shit in 2 and everything, I'm like, I know the studio did something. Like, I know this isn't Mark Webb doing, like, something went wrong here. You know what I mean? Like, I could tell right away. I was like,
fucking studio interference, man. They always fuck shit up.
And it's like the comic book movie genre is the one place that shouldn't go on. Like, really, I mean, unless you got like, I mean, you would think in the situation like we had, like with Jeff Johns, it would have been a good thing if he would have knew his role and stayed in it instead of trying to be the fucking boss of everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But having someone like that, like some kind of advisor working with the producer head, I think would be a smart way to go about it. You know, like, I mean, you would have thought that was the ideal situation until Jeff Johns turned into a big jealous baby of Zack Snyder and fucked everything up. But I really believe that's what a lot of it was. I think he just like saw how the fans were reacting to Zack and was like, I want to be that, you know, like I kind of, that's just kind of the vibe I get from the whole situation is like,
it's just like, I don't know why.
He just wanted to be him. He just wanted to steal his thunder, you know?
Yeah. He wanted to be fucking Kevin Feige, which
when he could have been cool and they could have worked together and probably did some amazing shit for the next 10 years after that, you know, it's fucked.
He would have gotten the credit anyway. People would have been like, oh my God, Jeff Johns, you're a fucking genius. So he would have had that either way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Zack could have helped him get to that status, you know. Like,
it's so fucking stupid.
I mean, fuck! Look what he did for Patty Jenkins.
Oh, man, Patty Jenkins, what's happening?
I mean, I'm just saying, looking at the difference between Wonder Woman 1 and Wonder Woman 2, like Zack was kind of hands-on producing Wonder Woman 1 and guiding her, you know, and Wonder Woman.
She also
2.
had a Zack stunt team with the first Wonder Woman.
Yeah. And then Wonder Woman 2 was like her and Jeff Johns, and people were getting raped and everything else. And it's like,
you had fucking mannequin kids, and you're like, what the fuck is going on here, bro? It's like, this shit is trash.
I guess none of my other panel members are showing up. I don't know. Nobody's messaged me. I don't know. Whatever.
That's cool.
Can't win them all, right? Like,
they're all watching AEW and shit. So I can't go right now. I'm watching wrestling.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. If that's their shit, I don't blame them. I'm sure. I'm sure the first week. Well, then again, it depends how the season goes. But the first week, the Eagles have a Sunday night game. I probably won't be doing the show that Sunday.
Oh, okay. You're a big Eagles fan,
but that depends. Yeah, that depends on a lot. Like, I've pretty much jumped ship since they traded Nick Foles. Like,
I'm not a football guy.
Okay. I mean, I'm just 4 for 4. I'm like, I'm not a sports guy, but I'm a Philly sports guy. Like, I'm psycho over the Flyers, Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles. You know, like, but the Eagles have been like, it's like we won that fucking we won a Super Bowl like for the first time like ever, except for one that we won back before the Super Bowl was called the Super Bowl, and it was like we had the perfect team. Like, there's something to be said for a perfect team coming together by chance. That's what happened with the Patriots and like Brady and Belichick coming together. And I think that was happening with Foles and Doug Peterson and the squad we had. And then this whole city was so shell-shocked of not having a franchise quarterback for so long that they were so scared to lose Carson Wentz that they traded the fucking Super Bowl MVP to keep basically a rookie that played half a season that they thought was going to be the future. And we've been like a losing team that hasn't even made the playoffs since. Basically, it sucks. It's like we went from glory to like right back to the old days. Like
can't win them all. At least you got one.
Yeah. The Sixers are headed up though. That's good. The Sixers should be getting there one of these fucking years if Ben Simmons can learn to shoot foul shots. Like...
Yeah.
Yes, integrity. Exactly. That's what we should have. Yeah. Well, that's another thing they're trying to put back together. Hopefully soon. They need to. Is the O line. So what else? What else went on this week? Trying to think.
It's kind of been like a slow news week. We got have you seen the new Aquaman picture?
Okay. I don't think I did, but I saw a thumbnail where he was wearing like a fucking blue suit. Is that real?
Yeah, it's either blue or black. I don't know.
I know if it's what I think it is. It didn't look like Aquaman, like the suit. Like I was like, what's going on here? Like,
it kind of looked like the new 52 Aquaman, where he wear like this fucking purple suit. Kind of had like a similar look to it.
I don't know. Then I haven't seen it then. I mean, I seen it for a second in a thumbnail, I think, but I thought it was a joke. I thought it was like a Photoshop job. Like,
yes. I thought it was all right. I was like, okay.
I mean, he just got the fucking orange shirt. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Why are they fucking, if it ain't broke?
I love that suit.
I did too. Yeah. I was, I mean, I could take that or like the way Zach had him looking in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Yeah. Either way, I liked it, but I mean, yeah. I think they pulled the orange off, which was I feel like was a hard thing to do to make the orange look dope, and they did it. Like.
And we still haven't seen that fucking the first time we saw Jason Momoa in the Aquaman suit, where he kind of looked like fucking Conan with the strap across his chest. We saw it in BVS.
Oh, when he comes out the cave thing, right? Yeah.
Where the fuck happened to that costume? I wanted to see more of that.
I know, and I'm also like, who's Trident does he have in that scene? But I try not to question it too much.
It's like whatever. It's comic book.
I do feel like in that scene, he's probably coming up from where he is in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Like, because like when Volko comes up to him, he's like, why do you come here all the time? And he's like, it's quiet, I like it, or whatever. Like, I almost feel like maybe he was like chilling there. And maybe that's where he got the Trident from, because it was sitting there. Wasn't there one sitting with the statue or some shit or something? Like, so so I thought maybe like he came up with it at that point, and like,
that'd be cool,
because he's seen the camera or something.
Yeah. Well, I've always wanted to see that suit, but
that would be dope, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, oh wait, what was Integrity saying? What do you guys think of a third Keaton Bat film where Selena Kyle comes back to Gotham with the 25-year-old son of Bruce's, a film inspired by Beyond? So what? Terry McGinnis would be Bruce Wayne's son? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Because I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, to be fucking honest, I could see Warner Brothers doing some stupid shit like that, where it's gonna Batman Beyond-esque, but just like no. I'm good with that.
Yeah. I honestly don't think not that Michelle Pfeiffer was bad or anything, but I can't see her doing like old woman Selena. Like, I kind of feel like it wouldn't hit right, Yeah. I feel like she doesn't look as young as Keaton either. Like, like they might look a little like, because Keaton's taking care of himself pretty good.
I just don't see it. Nah, I'm good on that.
What, you talking about the Catwoman suit? Yeah, I agree. I wasn't either.
It would look weird.
Tim Burton was like, I mean, while the movies were good, it's very like that whole joke with Kevin Smith was very true, where he's like, yeah, like it's obvious you've never read a comic or whatever. Remember when that happened with Kevin Smith or whatever? Or
he's doing
Tim Burton said like, I never read a comic in my life, and I made the Batman movie, and Kevin Smith was like, yeah, that's obvious, like, or something like. Like, dude, half the world still thinks the Joker killed his parents. Like,
yeah, and that's how fucking influential that movie is.
That's true too, and I do probably feel like that played into it, but like because the Nolan trilogy was so big at the time. But either way, it was still its own thing, and I thought it was good. Like,
yeah, I think that was back in 2012, right, when that movie came out. It was Dark Knight Rises and Amazing Spider-Man.
Around the same time, yeah. I believe so, yeah. Because I actually remember seeing them close to each other. Now that you mention that, yeah. What's up, Maskashai? What's going on, man? That suit was originally in the Aquaman concept art, so maybe he was going to be using it originally. That would have made more sense if he used it first, because honestly, it kind of looks like Aqualad's suit. To tell you the truth, if it's the one if what I seen is what it is, it looks like the first Aquaman suit, not Kaldor, the blue one. You know what I'm talking about? The Garth or whatever, right? Is that his name?
It does look like that. To be fair, I didn't even think of that.
Terry, a clone of Bruce. What?
Oh yeah, that was back.
Did that happen in the comics or something that I don't know about? Is like a newer thing?
No, that was in Justice Unlimited. They had a whole episode of that.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah. What's up, Vega? What's going on, man?
Vega? That was pretty weird, but a good episode too.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, because I was thinking in the continuity of the Batman Beyond show itself. Too. Yeah, I was like.
They also have comics too, Batman Beyond.
Spliced, as they say. I know, yeah, no, I read them now. Whatchamacallit? Tim Drake took the mantle for a while and went to the future. That was a pretty good storyline. At least if I remember correctly, that's what they called it. I might what was the point of that? Why did they splice his DNA into him? Trying to carry on the bloodline or something? Like,
yeah, I think so.
Try to have more bat babies. I'll tell you what, that's a good Batman Beyond. That'd be a good show to do a like by the minute on or something. That's like do like a weekly, like how Dave and Scott McClellan have been doing with the animated series. Like
I love
Batman Beyond, a show that you could pull apart and really dig into. Like, it's a good show, man.
I remember when they first announced Batman Beyond, it's gonna be Batman in the future. I was just like, "Oh God, this is gonna be fucking horrible."
Yeah, me too. I know. I really didn't expect it to be as good as it was. I know, it's funny.
And I was like,
especially when you first saw the suit, and you're like, "There ain't no fucking cape." Like, what the fuck? Like,
fucking Bruce Wayne's old. Fuck this shit.
Yeah. But in the beginning, he like goes out and gets his ass kicked. Like,
yeah, I was like, this shit's heartbreaking. I want to fucking see this.
but they definitely made it very clear in that first episode, like, well, that first little like mini movie that they did when it premiered, that like this was the same world as the animated series. So it was like that kind of like once you realize that and realize it was like Kevin Conroy's voice and all that, it was like, oh, okay, I'm sold. I'm good. Let's see where this is going.
The OG gang is back. It was dope.
Yes, that was great. Integrity. I know. Yeah, that happens after the end of the series, I believe, right? I have it actually on DVD. Like,
isn't that where fucking Joker tortured Tim Drake?
Tim becomes like the new Joker, basically. Yeah, it's what you call it. But then again, it's like that's very. The only thing with that storyline is it's very like almost like I don't know how much you can take it as canon, like in the comic book world or anything. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because it's like what are we all supposed to think that eventually Tim's gonna become the Joker now? You know what I mean? Like it's like it was definitely like like at that point it's like, oh shit. At that point you had to realize that like the animated universe that's its own pocket now. You know what I mean? Like it was like I mean not that it always wasn't, but
it's a little Elseworld story, which
exactly. Yeah.
It's fine. I'll take it.
Because he like takes him.
Damien became Rachel. Oh yeah, that's
like when he's a kid basically, and turns him into it after he stops being like Red Robin never even happens in this storyline basically. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah,
it was because it was pre Tim becoming Red Robin. So
yeah.
Which Tim's dude, I loved it. Tim's badass as Red Robin in the comics. Like I feel like now that like they have it all split. Yeah, Tim Drake. Like now that they have them all split, that it's like Red Hood, Nightwing, and Red Robin. I love them all in their grown-up personas. You know what I mean? Like it's like because he's like Tim really is like the young Bruce kind of like the way he runs the Titans and the way he's got his own Batcave and all that shit. Yeah. Like. He's almost more independent than the other Robins were, at that age or whatever. It's like, and I don't think Titans is going to do him justice, honestly. We'll see. But I just get the feeling.
Has he appeared in the recent episode? Was he on the last episode, Tim Drake?
You really want me to tell you? It's a big moment. You're definitely not going to watch it. Like...
Yeah, I don't know.
You think you cool with me telling you for real, or you want? Because
go ahead, spoil away.
Okay, so the end of the last episode ends with like Jason, Scarecrow basically gets the point across to Jason that he's expendable now, and he has other killers that are on the shit that can do what he can do, and Jason gets pissed, steals a bunch of the drug, takes it, puts his own gang together, basically. And at the end, he's like giving them all the drug and going to just raise hell and do crazy shit. And Tim Drake's dad's noodle place ends up getting caught in their path. And they shoot Tim Drake's dad, tear the whole place apart. And then as that's happening, and Tim Drake's like, I think his dad's about to die, I think is what they're going to do. I hope not, but that's what it seems like. And then you see Jason across the street, and he doesn't have his mask on, and he's starting to make like a face like it's getting to him, like he's getting guilty about like he doesn't want to hurt them or something. And then all of a sudden he pulls the thing out and takes a couple hits, and like he goes back to like cold. You know what I mean? So it's like they're basically hinting that like Jason's in there, like that, like good Jason's in there or whatever. Good Jason. Friggin' Ryan Rivera called it. He was like, he's like, Jason's going to turn good by the end of the season. I mean, I thought that was going to happen anyway. Not good necessarily. Yeah. I think there's going to be a Red Hood and the Outlaw spinoff show, and him and Corey are going to leave. That's what I think is going to happen. I think he's going to become, get out of his trance that the Scarecrow had him in, and he's going to be normal, but still an anti-hero, and the Titans aren't going to accept him. And some fallout's going to happen with Corey and the Titans because of Blackfire and her taking her side or some shit, I think is going to happen. And then Corey and fucking Jason are going to leave, and then they'll bump in the Arsenal on the other show, and like it'll start the Red Hood and the Outlaw spinoff, basically. I think that's
interesting. Have you read the comic books, the Red Hood and the Outlaws Rebirth?
I've read some of Rebirth, but I read all the originals when it was Corey, Arsenal, and Jason in the first place. But I've read some of the like Artemis Bizarro ones. Is that what you're talking about? Like, yeah. I mean, I like it all. You know what I mean? But I really love that first initial storyline on the launch with him and Corey and Arsenal living on the island and all on the run. Like that was a good story. It was cool. It was good. I liked it.
Yeah, that was dope. Excuse me.
That was around the same time. What else? I remember there was another the Deathstroke solo comic was really good at that time too. Remember when they regenerated him young again and everything? Yeah, that was a pretty badass book, dude. And like a couple issues, Wonder Woman came in and everything. Like, and whoever was drawing that was really good too.
Yeah.
Do I have one of them on the wall? I don't know.
Who's that in the background? Is that Ursula in the background with the who's that one?
That's Feyor.
Oh, that's
that's Feyor. Yeah, Zod's up there. I gotta get a wider camera angle. Then Dick Grayson Batman. Then I drew a picture of Dick Grayson Batman off the cover.
Oh, that's dope.
A lot of it's just like art. I mean, some of it's stories I like, but then I got Supergirl as a Red Lantern over here.
Is that Alex Ross?
Oh, that's my baby. That's I wish I could get that in the angle and my face still be right, because dude, it's beautiful. It's like, oh my god, dude, I've had that frame since I was like fucking 18 years old, dude. I've had it for like a long time.
Beautiful. Love that shit.
Yeah, you're talking about in the I agree. In the whatchamacallit book, who did that book? The 4-part miniseries about him. What's his name? Kubert, right? Didn't Kubert do it? The Damien.
Andy Kubert.
Yeah, the Damien, son of Batman, the 4-part series. Where they show him in the future as the Batman.
Yeah, fucking trench coat.
Yeah. That shit was badass. Yeah, I love that.
That was a good story.
I love all that. I just put Austin onto all of it, because he was like, he hated Damien, and I was like, dude, you really got to like go back and read the shit from the beginning, because they're kind of not giving him justice in the comics at this present time right now, But when he first came into the picture, like basically like the end of the old continuity and even like the beginning of the new 52, when he was first coming into the picture, I thought all those stories were great. Like I loved like when he almost kills Tim when he first meets him in the Batcave, he like puts him in the ICU and shit and everything. Like, there was a lot of good shit in that storyline, and with him and Talia and Leviathan coming with Batman Incorporated and everything. Like, Damien was a really badass character when he came in. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I love him as Robin still, like, especially because the other ones all have their place as their own characters now, So it was like, thought it was a cool way to expand the lore of Batman. You know, like
Damian definitely grew on me as a character. At first, I did not like him, but I was like, okay, but after I think I read Super Sons, which is a great book, and that really endeared me.
See, I didn't even read that because like the art style of it like turned me off when I saw it. You know what I mean? I really hate the whole like when they changed Batgirl into like Burnside Batgirl and like
I wasn't a big fan of that.
Black Canary became a rock singer and I feel like they're like Team Bop and all and the art style matches it, you know, like they're like Team Bop but like Archie-ing it up or something, and I don't get it. Like that. That's I was really into like the beginning of the New 52 when everything was like badass, dark, realistic world. You know what I mean? Like it was like.
Do you have any favorite artists from DC Comics?
I mean, overall probably Jim Lee, I'd say.
Jim Lee,
but I really like Finch a lot. Like, I got his Wonder Woman right here, dude. He's freaking
I love.
He does females incredible, dude. Like,
I love that run.
Wait, okay, so if Keaton does Batman 3, what do you think they do? I think they will do a B3, and I'm guessing it'll be very loosely inspired by Batman Beyond, similar to Flash Film and Flashpoint. That sounds about on the money. Integrity, like probably exactly what Warner Brothers will do.
To a solo Michael Keaton Batman movie? I don't think I want to see that.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, if it's like his movie, if it's supposed to be Batman 3, I wouldn't really.
Yeah, you have fucking Ben Affleck. What the fuck are you doing, Warner Brothers?
We don't need 70-year-old.
Yeah, we don't need all
it's
that.
One thing if it's Batman Beyond and he's just already in the old role and from the beginning on, and Terry's the main character, you know. But I can't see him.
Let's not do that.
I really don't even like them putting him in the Flash, to be honest with you. Like, it's like I do for the nostalgic reasons, but at the same time, I'm like, it's a gimmick. It has nothing to do with in my mind, I feel like it has nothing to do with like what the story of this movie could have been. It's being forced into the story to have this cameo, which is like, it's like in music, forcing a collab with someone. It always ends up cheesy because you don't have a purely inspired idea. You're trying to create a commercialized something or something, you know what I mean? And I just, from the jump, when they announced they were going to do it, I'm like, okay, but what about Flashpoint? Like, you know, it's like, first of all, like, what does the multiverse even have to do with Flashpoint? Like, Flashpoint's a time travel story, not a multiverse story, or you know what I mean? Like the Flashpoint Earth isn't a multiple Earth; it's a multiple time. It's a different alternate timeline. You know what I mean? Like, it's different than Earth 2, or you know, like, I don't think Warner Brothers is computing that. Like,
I don't even know like what the fucking story for the Flash. Like what are we doing? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know what they're doing. Like, why is Michael Keaton in this movie? For what? What are you planning?
I know. I'm really surprised Ben Affleck's even in it, but I don't know. Who knows what's going on behind the scenes with Ben Affleck at this point? I'm kind of like, I don't know.
Just don't kill him off.
I literally feel like I'm holding my breath for the Flash to come out and see what happens. Tell you the truth, dude. It's like
it all depends on the trailer. Like the fucking trailer is really gonna give us an idea of, I was like, okay, this is gonna be really good or this is gonna be fucking terrible.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I mean, Ben Affleck being in it still gives me hope. That's the only thing, you know, I can honestly say is that does give me hope, but a lot of things are taking that hope away at the same time. And it's not like Warner Brothers has done anything to my biggest thing is like, I'm hoping Andy Muschietti is pulling a Zack Snyder right now and like shooting what he wants to shoot behind their back and stuff. I mean, you know,
I mean, if that's the case, I would hope so. But you know, it's fucking Warner Brothers. It's like, no, shoot it like this. I'm just like, fuck, because I don't blame like Andy or any of the directors because you know they have a job to do, and I guarantee you, Andy was like, yo, Joss League is fucking garbage. I want to stick to what Zack did, but you know, it's the fucking studio's like, no, shoot it like this, and Andy's like, fuck, are you sure? Okay, it'll be better if I did it this way. But
I know you can't blame him for having to play ball on a contract or whatever. It's like, not everybody's like Zack.
It's like, fuck you, I'm doing it this way.
Zack somehow shot a whole movie under their nose. Like, it's pretty crazy when you think about it. You know, like,
because they're fucking stupid. That's why. They're like, what?
With the whole Terry thing. was that Amanda Waller realized the world needed a Batman, and she realized Bruce was getting old, so she has Bruce's DNA spliced into Terry's mom. Oh, I remember that storyline now. Yes, now I totally do remember it completely. Yeah. Okay. So it's kind of like that's why it's a little too coincidental, but I get it. Yeah. I do remember. While pregnant, yes. Got you.
And they actually brought back the Phantasm character. I forgot, it was Andrea Beaumont. She was actually in the episode too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because she was going to
Phantasm from the Mask of the Phantasm movie. Yeah, okay.
She was the one who was going to do the murder of Terry McGinnis' parents, and that was going to lead Terry to become the Batman. Because Bruce lost his parents, and Terry lost his parents. So.
I gotta go back and watch this because I forget about all that. But it's like, let's go kill his parents. That'll work.
Fucking great.
If Dick, Jason, Tim, and Damian had a free-for-all fight to the death, who would win?
Dick.
Honestly, I mean, I think it'd be I could go Dick or Damian. It'd be a toss-up between them two, I think. Yeah. Jason and Tim would be done right away.
Yeah. Even though I love Jason Todd.
I do too. Yeah, I love Red Hood, but yeah, I think Damian would. Well, then again, I don't know, because Jason has trained with the League too in some iterations and stuff. Yeah. So who knows? It'd be a pretty fucking badass fight, though. But at the same time, I could see Damian killing them all. Honestly, I could especially if he's in like League of Assassins mode. Yeah. I loved it in the beginning when Dick's like, you can't just he brings the fucking head back to the Batcave and the bad guy Boo Boo, and he's like, look, and Dick's like, what the fuck did you do? Like, you can't just go do that. Like, what?
But that's the way he was brought up. Fucking Ray Shaw.
Yeah, no, exactly. He's like, Dad's gonna be proud. He's like, look, I got a bad guy. Oh man. And in the New 52, too, I Supergirl had kind of like a similar, like that was going on with her too in the New 52, where like that's why she ended up becoming a Red Lantern, why the Rage Ring sought her out in the first place, because Superman was having a similar situation with her, where he was like, you can't just go around like fucking smashing people's brains in and shit. Like, you gotta chill,
Yeah, she actually has some edge to her in that comic book.
Yeah, yeah. She's like, well, if they're gonna hurt people, like, why let them live or whatever?
Yeah. I like that Supergirl. I like that version of Supergirl.
I did too. Yeah, I was really hoping they'd put her in the Outlaws eventually, but it never happened. I could have seen like her and Jason having a thing, like.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Her and Jason Todd and shit. Like, I'm wondering on the Titan show if they do the Red Hood and the Outlaw spinoff, if they'll get into all that, like the whole three-way relationship with him and with Red Hood and Arsenal and her. Like that was because I mean honestly, dude, if you go through the comics, Corey has slept with every Robin but Damian pretty much. And I don't even know, she might have slept with Damian by now in the comics. Who knows? But. She was with every Robin at one time or another.
I didn't know that. Damn, she gets
and
around.
And she had like a three-way like Savages relationship with Robin and Arsenal, like when they were on that island in the beginning in the New 52. Like because her people like don't believe in monogamy or whatever. Like to her,
that makes
like
sense.
sex and love are like detached kind or something. Like I forget how it works, but it's like capable for her to be like. In love with both of them separately, but together at the same thing, like, and they're like, okay, whatever, we're cool with it.
Works for
it's
me.
Pretty, it's like Jason also is probably the best. Well, I don't know. I mean, Damian, I'm sure Damian could like make a fucking weapon out of anything, and
fucking John Wick.
Fucking Ra's al Ghul's protege right there. I think Tim would die first. I agree. Yeah. And then I low-key think Jason would murk Dick. Then Damian kills Jason. Oh, that's a hot take. Oh my god.
I don't know about that, but
someone needs to do these as those superhero fight YouTube video things.
Oh yeah, fucking superhero beatdowns and shit.
Yeah, like the Robin Tournament of Death, like Bat Family Tournament of Death.
Yeah, that would be
some
shit
like that. It would be definitely. Yeah. Did we which one call it? Did we talk about What If already? I forgot if we did or not.
No, I don't watch What If though. I'm
Oh, okay, all right.
I'm not a big Marvel guy, so
Yeah, I hear you.
it's not my thing. But I'm glad people like it, enjoy it.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it's two of them I really like. Two of them I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, we just had the Doctor Strange episode, right?
Yeah, that was really good. That's the first
Yeah.
one I watched twice, honestly.
Oh wow!
Because I was like, well, no, I mean, just because like the first time I felt like I missed, like I didn't absorb it all,
Gotcha.
and which is exactly how I like my shit to be, So I was like, cool, this is good, like, and the one with Black Panther being Star-Lord, yeah, it was pretty cool too. That was my other favorite one. Yeah.
So is this like tying into the movies as well, or is this his own separate thing?
Well, here's kind of the way I see it. I'm not sure if I'm right about this, but the way Loki ended, the fucking allergies are coming. The way Loki ended, they fucked up. Like the timekeepers were keeping the time straight, so it was all one timeline, and they made it so that all these other multiple Earths realities became a thing at the end of that show. And I feel like now What If is kind of like the epitome of us seeing all those timelines that got created, kind of like almost like it ties together, but it's not exactly, because it's like an anthology series like Twilight Zone or something, like where you're seeing a different story, a different Earth every episode,
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's like it's definitely pretty out of the box thinking wise for MCU. I feel like that's one thing I like about it, like. And I've liked it more than most live action movies. That's for
It's gonna be low fucking Thor: Love and Thunder. That bullshit.
Oh God, I'm not looking forward to that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like the only Marvel movie I'm going to see is Spider-Man: No Way Home, and that's just because of
and the only reason is because of the cameos. Like, it's honestly, if this was just the time. If you take that trailer and take away everything from the other two Spider-Men, it's just another dumbass Tom Holland movie. You know what I mean? Like really, like the cameos are gonna be everything, dude. Like
I feel like and once they see Toby and Andrew, like people are gonna fucking freak the fuck out.
It could potentially be the biggest movie in a long time. I think honestly, like
it could be. And imagine if fucking Marvel pulls a fast one and they're like, no, not in this movie. Sorry.
Oh my dude, if they pull a Mysterio, I swear to God, dude, I'll get up and throw my popcorn at the fucking screen, dude. Like I'll be done.
People would fucking be pissed. And I don't want a fucking cliffhanger where we see them at the end of the movie and then the fucking end credits. I don't fucking want that either because I'll be fucking pissed off.
Yeah, I mean, I really hope that like this movie's like 3 hours long. Like same thing with Flash, like because just judging off the shit they're putting in both of them, it needs to be, or else it's going to be bad. Like if it has like a fucking 2 hour, 15-minute runtime, I'm going to be like, this is going to be a disaster. You know what I mean? Like I'm just going to know from jump, like this is not going to be good. Like this is not enough time to flesh all this out at all. Like.
And you could do a fucking 3 hour movie. Like I don't know why studios are so afraid.
Dude, if they would have put Zack Snyder's Justice League out in the movies, like this time, like when it just came out, I think it could have potentially did better than any other movie that was out in the movie. I mean, honestly, like, we all would have went to see it multiple times, like just the direct fan base and the steam it picked up with the general public. Like, dude, I really hope that comes back to bite Toby Emmerich in the ass one day because he actively blocked it. Movie theaters asked for it, and he actively said no. You know what I mean? So I really hope that piece of paper that proves that happened lands on somebody else's desk one day above him and fucks him out. Because that is some fucked up shit, dude. I mean, I still have yet to see it on a big screen. I want to do a theater rental and have a gathering with everybody and do it, but it hasn't happened yet.
And we're gonna get the numbers for the physical sales for Zack Snyder's Justice League when it comes out. So they're not gonna fucking hide that shit. Because I'll
tell you what, with it coming out on Blu-ray in America now, dude.
Yeah,
I feel like HBO Max is about to realize how many Snyder fans were holding on to subscriptions because you know what I mean. Like, I feel like everyone's gonna get those fucking home copies, and like as soon as Titans and Doom Patrol are done. And some people aren't even watching that, but I just think a lot of the DC fan base is going to start dropping off of the subscriptions.
Yeah, I don't blame
and
them.
And the numbers are going to line up with like Zack Snyder's Justice League Blu-ray getting released, you know, like it's because, dude, honestly, it's the main reason I still have it. You know what I mean?
Me
Like,
too.
I mean, technically, I could watch Titans on my Dragon box if I wanted to. You know what I mean? But it's convenient to have, you know, Zack Snyder's Justice League, BVS Ultimate Edition. Like, it's convenient to just go on my Roku and put them on, and that's why I keep it for the most part. You know.
So it's gonna be very interesting. Like, do you expect anything to happen? Like, let's say the physical sales for Zack Snyder's Justice League come out and they're fucking like skyrocketing. Like, holy shit! Like the numbers are huge. Do you think that's gonna change anything, or are you gonna be like, eh?
I mean, I don't know, because the fucking BVS keeps selling out too, and
the Ultimate Edition.
That's, you know, dude, that Blu-ray has made so much money since the Ultimate Edition, like even back when it was in the movie still, and they put the Ultimate Edition out. It's been one of the highest selling Blu-rays since, like, and still continues to be, and it's
crazy.
Zaslav, please, Zaslav, save us, fucking God.
Well, things are definitely going to change. Whether it change for the better or worse, that remains to be seen. But you know,
I know,
things are going to change. So let's just hope it changes for the better.
I just hope Emmerich's out. That's the one thing.
Yeah, I hope so too.
I think everything else can be managed as long as he gets knocked out of the way. You know, I think he's the main.
And Hamada.
Even Ian Sarnoff and Hamada, I feel like could be kept and managed and told to shut the fuck up and do what they're told. You know what I mean? Like, but Emmerich is like I think he is the one that's really the problem. I do. I think he's at the top of the food chain when it comes to all that, and he was directly attached to Justice League, you know, and everything that happened back then. And I think he's the main one that doesn't want to admit defeat, and that's why they keep shooting themselves in the foot and shooting themselves in the foot over and over. You know, like
it's that fucking ego, man. It's like, no, I'm not gonna admit I fucked up.
But at the same time, it's scary to think that, like, do these business people really care about this? But then it's like, you think it's got to be a lot of money on paper. It's got to be a lot of money they're losing on paper. You know, I mean, but I think, like, will Zaslav look at the DCEU as a whole? Will he see what Snyder and Nolan did and look at what's going on now? Like, I really hope, you know, that does happen. Like, or at least his teams do. Like, he has teams that check into every division and, you know, console, you know, that tell him what's going on and shit. But somehow I feel like all this has, like, everything that's going wrong has to get noticed. And if there's a social media team paying attention to what's going on with the fans at the same time that correlates those numbers, hopefully ABC equals an answer, you know. Like,
and the thing that really pisses me off is that they greenlit a Black Canary series, which is like, what the fuck? And we had like fucking 1.5.
They got a fucking pitching machine with a fucking bowl of shit in there, dude, and they're just like Patron, like they're just waiting for the one that's gonna save the day, like that's gonna be their, you know. Like,
I'm just like, did you not see this fucking massive trending event with Zack Snyder's Justice League? But you're gonna green light.
We got no Henry Cavill sequel, but we got 2 other Supermen getting done. And
it's like, come on, man, stop with the bullshit. Like, are you that fucking petty to not fucking green light this shit?
No Batfleck series, but hey, fucking Grandpa Batman's coming back, you know, like.
Yeah, Blue Beetle. It's like, okay, cool. I didn't really ask for that, but whatever.
It's like, who's gonna care about any of these characters when you don't even got the Justice League's fucking shit in place really yet? You know, like, you got one movie that sucked first that half the world still realizing doesn't suck now, and it's like you've confused everyone in the general audience, you know, basically, and
it's like 2 versions of Justice League. It's like, all right, which one?
It's like no one's even gonna know who the fuck, like, the Blue Beetle's attached to the, you know. It's I just don't. Oh, they're so stupid, dude.
That's what it is.
And they think like, oh, well, we're gonna represent and do these minority heroes and stuff, and that's gonna save us. And it's like, no, because comic book fans care more about comic book stories than what color they are, and you know what I mean? Like, it's like, and they just don't get it, dude. Just like with the Suicide Squad. Like, I don't know if you like the Suicide Squad or not, but
it was all right.
I felt like Warner Brothers totally thought like they totally are misunderstanding us as a fan base.
Yeah.
And thinking like, if we make this rated R and put a bunch of blood and curses, that's what they like. They like the dark stuff, you know, and like they thought somehow that was going to like make us happy as a fan base. And like, no, like it's the complexity, it's the stories, it's the care that went into the characters. That's what matters, not dick jokes and fucking brain splatter, you know, like it's oh god.
And you're giving us a sequel to a film where we haven't even seen the original Suicide Squad.
Just the fact that there's a Suicide Squad 2 and all this other crap, and there is no fucking Superman 2 is ridiculous. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, like we're supposed to care about Black Canary, but like we just like Superman just can't. Dude, I was telling people on the stream last week. Every time I go out, every time I go anywhere, my family now, all my friends when I go out to a bar and stuff, they're all like, when's Darkseid coming? When's part 2? You know, like ever since Zack Snyder's Justice League came out, like everybody I know in the general public, like actually gives a shit, like actually wants to see the rest of the story now. and I'm just like, you know,
I don't know.
Hashtag restore the Snyderverse. You know, like that's what it's all about. You know, I try to explain to them and shit.
Just buy Zack Snyder's Justice League, like pump those numbers up.
He's like, that's the only good movie they got. Like, that's what other people say shit like that, you know.
But they don't fucking get it. Like that's the thing. You have a bunch of suits that don't understand. They don't understand, you know, pop culture. They don't understand the comics, and they don't understand their fan base. They hate their fan base
at all. I know.
Yeah, and they think they know better, and that's the fucking problem.
That's really, I know. That's really the problem. Like that's what I always say is like what they don't get is that with Marvel started out slow, building it up, and they got the Marvel fans on board first. So it spread from there out to the general public once it had the approval of the real fans first. You know what I mean? And it went through a bunch of criticism in the beginning and a bunch of bad reviews and shit like that. And Kevin Feige stayed the course. And you know, and if they would have did the same fucking thing, if Zack Snyder's Justice League would have been the movie that came out back then, they had it right there. That was it. They would have hit their billion right there. I think definitely. Like, and the whole world would have been on board with the rest of the universe from that point on. You know, not the whole world, but as a whole, majority. I think this fan base would have became like the you know, it would have started to grow into what the MCU has also. You know what I mean?
And the fact that you have Zack Snyder's Justice League, and when you watch that film, it makes Batman v Superman even that much more better because they're like, oh, okay, I see what he was setting up. Like, okay,
I've had a lot of people say that to me too since that movie came out. Yeah, like, and a lot of people have discovered the Ultimate Edition since too. You know, I mean, I really got to give HBO Max props on taking the theatrical cut down. And leaving only the Ultimate Edition up there. That was a good move. I wish they'd do the same with Justice League. I can't stand when I go through the DC movies and see it there. I'm just like,
this is trash. Like
the saturation on the poster looks like something I would like do myself for one of my single covers or something, you know, like, and I don't know nothing about editing effects. It's like, it looks just like such a cheap fucking poster.
It's a Marvel poster. That's what it is. It's a Marvel poster. It's for the MCU.
Never interfere with an enemy when they are in the process of destroying themselves. Let WB execs keep screwing up. Their days are numbered. I agree. I agree. Exactly. And like I said, like it's like, let them know what our wallets. That's the best, you know, at this point, that's all we can do is if you don't like something, don't spend money on it. You know, like
that's what it is.
I feel like Justice League is inevitable because what else are they going to do? JL's is DC's Avengers. I know. We need cooler heads to come in and prevail. That's what we need.
And they better pray that this fucking Flash movie is a big hit, because if it's not, things are gonna. You talk about fucking heads rolling. Jesus, dude,
I'm starting to get scared to the point where they might fuck the whole bag. You know what I mean? Like, because they're gonna do so bad that they're just gonna be like, no more DC movies. Like, they're just gonna give up on it as a, you know what I mean? Like, and just go back to like single Superman movies and shit. Like, we're gonna go backwards in time to like the Christopher Reeve days or something. You know, like.
Well,
they're just gonna give up on it altogether because they're so bad at it. You know, like.
And they tried that with fucking Superman Returns, and that didn't go so well.
Yeah, I know. And Green Lantern too.
Trash.
And they're still running from Green Lantern to this day. Like, so reactionary. It's so bad. It's like,
yeah, they're fucking terrible. And do you buy the rumor that Zack Snyder wanted Ryan Reynolds to be Hal Jordan in his movie, or you're like, nah, that's bullshit?
no, I think at one time maybe it was, he thought it would be a cool idea or whatever, but I don't think it ever came to fruition though. Like I don't think it ever. I thought maybe they talked about it and then Ryan couldn't do it or whatever because he took the Deadpool thing and that was that. You know what I mean? Like,
but
because I do think Zach did admit it in like an interview that like it was in the cards at one time. You know what I mean? Like,
which would have been awesome. I would have liked because even though I don't like Green Lantern movie, I like Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, no, I think under Zach's direction, he would have been great, probably. Yeah, definitely. I still think he's a realistic Hal Jordan too, like his look and everything. Like he pulls it off.
Because fucking Zack Snyder's like, listen, bro, I got you. I'm not gonna fuck you over this time. I'm gonna fucking retweet you.
Well, plus he was really supportive of the movement and everything too. So it definitely would have been cool. I love that one Comic-Con when he came out for the Netflix movie and was like, he did the whole monologue. Like, this is the story of, 6 people coming together, and he's like, oh, wait, this is a Snyder cut. Or he says, this is a Snyder cut. And he's like, wait, I'm on the wrong panel.
And the crowd fucking cheered like, fuck
yeah. The crowd went nuts. It was great that he got that reaction. Yeah. And a completely unrelated panel too, like.
I'm sure his cast members like, what the fuck is this dude talking about? It's like, what? Snyder cut.
He's like, what I'm trying to say is this is a Snyder cut. And everybody goes nuts. And he's like, oh, wait, I'm on the wrong panel. Like, that's pretty fucking funny, dude.
That would have been awesome. I hope, one day in the future, that comes to fruition.
Definitely, yeah. I've said it forever. I think it's clear as day that Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 is happening. I don't think Affleck signs on for the Flash if he didn't already know things were going to pan out for Zack Snyder's Justice League 2. See, I don't know. I feel like there could be more to the Ben Affleck situation because Ben Affleck does more than just comic book movies. Ben Affleck's a director now. Ben Affleck probably has other screenplays and things he wants to get done in the future. So there could be more than just Zack Snyder's world on the table for him, I feel like.
That would be cool. That'd be interesting.
That being said, I had a good point. Where to go? That being said, what I was going to say is I really don't think. Let me put the comment back up because it'll make me think about it. Affleck signs on for Flash. If he didn't. See, now here's the thing with what you're saying. I don't think that's the case with Affleck. I think Affleck just has his own thing going on, and he thought the script was okay for his character, and that's why he's doing it. However, I do think that there is a slim possibility that maybe like Zaslav has started to reach out to people behind the scenes, like knowing he's on his way in, and like what he wants to, like, like I'm not talking about like maybe Zach, maybe Nolan, people, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Cause just the way that Zach's kind of like been about it in interviews and stuff lately, like I feel like I get a more relaxed, almost like when he answers those questions about it, and he's been saying a lot lately, like he's even mentioned that like Discovery's coming in, so we'll see. Yeah, exactly. It's like, and it almost seems like he's very like not even sweating saying that kind of, so. Because it's pure speculation. This isn't a scoop. I'm not Mikey Sutton over here or anything. I'm just pure speculation. But I just have a feeling that maybe,
And the fact that the fucking cast loves Zach. So if Zach comes back, everybody else will come back too. Mm-hmm. Especially
even the Suicide Squad. Like I feel like that's why Will Smith wasn't in the Suicide Squad because like that universe, like they all were on board. They were all real actors that were on board with this real vision that was happening that Zach put in the place, kind of, and I feel like that's just as attached that, like, I'm sure Will Smith probably saw what was going to happen with this movie and was like, fuck no, I'm not doing it.
It's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I really couldn't have seen him in it, I think it would have ruined the character like it ruined everybody else from David Ayer's universe that was in that movie, basically.
And are you concerned about, the actors getting older? Like, does that, worry you?
Definitely. Yes. Yeah. I mean, even though technology is getting better and better with every passing month, but so who knows? But But yeah, it's like it eats at me that this time's being wasted because of Warner Brothers and Toby Emmerich and shit. That like we had a perfect Batman, we had a perfect Superman. Like, dude, like they are way underestimating the sense of like Superman's urgency, importance. You know, like, and the fact that they think they can just recast it. Like, Superman isn't like a role. It's not like fucking Hawkeye. It's not like someone you just can like throw anybody in the role. Like, Henry Cavill getting the overall approval of most of the general audience was no small feat. Like, that was like he actually came in and was a legitimate like new Superman that was replacing Christopher Reeves. You know what I mean? Like, and they're totally letting that fucking go to waste and burning the bridge with them and everything and being assholes about it. And like, it's like, I just really hope that we don't end up getting another Superman that goes on. And like, it's like, I just hope that in 20 years, we're not looking back. Like, we had these 3 great, perfect superhero movies that could have been, and that was it. Like, that was the end of it. Like, and you know, for the rest of our life, we're going to forever be watching the Zack Snyder and Christopher Nolan trilogies, and everything else is going to suck. You know what I mean? Like,
it makes me angry because, you know, Affleck was fucking cast back in 2014. So I'm just like you had all that fucking time to like do a solo.
Dude, and he was like, he was perfect at that time too. You know, like, I mean, you can even see in Zack Snyder's Justice League, like, he's lost weight since that, you know, he's a little skinnier, he's a little older looking. And like, dude, and BVS, he captured that, like, the age Batman was supposed to be at in that state perfectly. And
so good.
It's dude, Zack Snyder, like, he must have some crazy fucking trainers, dude. With him and Henry Cavill, like, they're like forever gonna be buff now for the rest of their life because of those roles, dude. Like, Zack Snyder was like, no, you have to really fill out the costume. Like, we're not gonna be like using pads.
With Henry Cavill, like in Man of Steel and BVS, like it's almost like Cavill got bigger in BVS. You're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, because in Man of Steel, he was a little more like, it looked like he could move a little easier.
Yeah.
And in BVS, he was like, you know what I mean? Like, it looked like he was like gonna rip out of his own fucking skin and shit, dude.
All that fucking rock protein right there.
But Batman, like, I mean, like Ben Affleck, like when he's working out, smashing the tire and all that shit, dude, like he looks like a brick shithouse, dude. Like, like it literally looks like you could shoot him in the chest and the bullet would stick in his muscle. You know what I mean? Like,
he looks like the fucking perfect comic book representation of Bruce Wayne Batman. Just like,
absolutely, dude. And he played Bruce so good too, dude. Like the whole, like, you know, maybe it's just the Gotham City of me. We got a bad history with freaks dressed like that whole conversation, all that shit, man. Like,
it's fucking perfect.
Even when he does the spaz out about Wally's checks, and he's like, get Greg up here, and he like makes that face when he's looking at the TV when the ship blows up, when the Capitol blows up, dude. Like, it's like, oh my god, dude.
It's also because perfect. You know, and Ben Affleck, he's also like a big comic book fan, and he loves Batman. He's like,
I know, like he wants to, dude. He knows the character exactly, dude. Like, and like his script too, like that got fucked. And that's one of the reasons I'm still kind of torn about the Matt Reeves movie, is because that's like that production that turned into that. You know, it's like, it's kind of like, while it could be great, it's also a reminder that it's not what we wanted in the first place. You know?
It's like, fuck. Yeah, right there was perfect.
And it sucks because it's like, it's not the filmmaker's faults or any, you know, it's Warner Brothers is causing this rift between the fans and the, you know what I mean? Like, and it sucks. It should be us. Like in the beginning, it was like us sticking up for them, us representing them, us bringing more fans in to them. And now it's like the general public's like still has to make the differentiation between like, wait, they're the fans, but yet they hate what they're the fans of. And, you know, and it's like, it sucks. It makes us look like the Phantom Menace or something. It does, you know, like, but it's not our fault. It's the fucking studio, you know, like. It really is in this case. Like, the Phantom Menace over exaggerates the shit a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, or whatever, that, you know, like
some stupid shit.
But this really is a case of like the studio literally fucked people over and took advantage of family tragedies and everything else, you know, and like it's racist shit to people. And
it's the studio versus the fans. That's the next movie right there.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh, he was awesome. He's perfect.
Yeah. Oh, tell me about it, dude.
Irons.
Yeah, I never was. I mean, like, Michael Caine's a good actor and all, but I was never a fan of like Alfred just being portrayed as like a butler. You know, he's so much more than that in the comics, you know. Jeremy Irons is like, not only is Jeremy Irons like doing all the technical shit and droning the Batjet and all that shit, but he also is like talking to him like his pop, like, you need to get your shit together, you know, like he's very like, you know, you're not gonna fire me, motherfucker, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, exactly, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, great dynamic.
Yeah, JL2. Well, not Apocalypse, but the Nightmare timeline basically would have been most of JL2, which was basically Apocalypse on Earth. So
yeah, sure,
his arms looked like whole walnuts in a condom. The guy was shredded like a chili salad. Have y'all talked about Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man? Yeah, yes, Cal. That was my whole take. True Sotobi fan. I'm an Andrew fan. So.
Yeah. I will say this: I'll take fucking Andrew over Trash Holland any day.
Yeah, I would take Toby over Trash Holland any day. Yeah, but Caleb, if you could, I'm gonna wrap up soon here because I gotta get ready. I gotta go to bed so I get sleep for this shit I gotta do tomorrow. But if you go back and watch from the beginning, I talked about it a lot, actually. Like, yeah, so I guess you just got done watching wrestling, huh, Caleb? Nobody was on my stream tonight because everybody was watching wrestling. I still had to do it though. I'm on episode. What's this? Is this 5 or 4? This is 4. Yeah, so I'm like, I'm starting to get excited by the fact that I have like numbers now. You know, like going up in episodes. You know, so it's like
you're doing a good job so far, man. You're killing it.
And I've been going up like 10 subs a week too, so that's great.
Oh, that's
you know,
awesome.
Because I was stuck at 48 for like a year.
Yeah, I was in that same situation too.
Yeah, I think everybody does. You know, everybody does. It's just sticking with it. You know, like Plus, I wasn't really pushing my music on YouTube in the beginning either. I was more worried about like Apple Music and Spotify and all that shit before the two worlds of my comic book, you know, like kind of ended up merging and everything. I guess you know. I am going to do a beat production show too, though. That I'm going to start doing like tutorials on that. It's going to be like a separate show. I'm going to call it Reason Life because I use Reason's like the program I use and shit.
Yeah, that's dope, man. I'll fucking watch and support it.
I agree. Thanks, man. Yeah. I got a bunch of like topics I'm ready to do, like how I pitch trap hats, and it's just like I got like a list in the notebook of like different shorts I'm going to do and stuff. Like, because dude, honestly, it's a niche that like it's not really oversaturated yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially with my specific program. And I feel like it's really a spot I could fit in and maybe get a lot of attention quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Go do it.
But the plan is eventually they'll all become their own thing and get split off into separate channels, you know, but I figure until one's big enough to do that, I might as well keep them all under the same roof, you know? Okay, Cal, my bad. I got to catch up. Don't tell me anything. I got to catch up on the new season.
It's on my DVR.
Well, I'm just waiting until closer to the end of the season to turn my AMC back on. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I always end up like wanting to binge them anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes I like to just wait and watch it after the fact instead of waiting week by week. You know.
Have you like caught up with the whole season of Walking Dead?
I'm caught up to this current season, but I haven't watched any of the new, like the last few episodes that just came out yet. So.
Oh, okay, gotcha. It just
started I never jumped ship. I stayed through the whole thing. I love Negan too much.
I stayed with it, even though
I love Negan too much to stop watching it. That's the main thing. It's like
I miss Rick.
How's Maggie doing? I don't know. I know Maggie and Negan are gonna end up having some like, okay, we can work together now moment. What? No. I think like they're gonna end up getting stuck in a situation like where they're like locked in some place, trapped with zombies outside together for overnight for 2 days or something, and end up like burying the hatchet about Glenn. You know, that's one of my favorite episodes, dude. When he beat like, I'm sorry, but every time I watch that episode, I crack up when Glenn turns to Maggie and it's like, you know, that part just kills me, dude. Like,
because he's so good in that role too. Fucking Negan's just talking shit.
Yeah, like the way Negan's just like, oh, look at that, you know, like it
is gross as shit.
He's like, oh, like when he's hitting shit, you know, like, but then it's like they made it hit so hard when Glenn looks over at her, and it's like you think he's like trying to say I love you, but all he can get out is like, you know, like he's fucking half his head's hanging out and shit. Like,
he's the fuck out of him.
Oh my god, dude. And honestly, like when he first came in, I was like, because I hadn't read the comics yet. I watched most of the show first.
Yeah.
I'm just now reading the comics, going back, and like I got it. Like I totally, when Negan came into the picture and the sanctuary and all,
yeah,
I totally was like, he's right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I get it's kind of harsh what he's doing, but in the world they're living in, like this is the only way order is going to get restored is for someone to really take charge and start making a government of some sort or something and having there be consequences for shit, you know?
Yeah.
But he just let the power go to his head and got too crazy and started culting people's wives and shit like that. And, you know, like.
The comics
but then I think Rick slicing his throat brought him back down to earth, you know? Like,
yeah. I miss Rick, man. Rick Grimes.
Or Rick's kids for that matter. I feel like brought him back down to earth, kind of. Like.
Yeah,
the comics are really good. I'm on like I'm in the 90s issue wise right now, and I've been tearing through them, dude. Like,
I read the final issue of Walking Dead. I'm not going to spoil it though.
Oh, okay, really? Yeah. I'm not there. I think I'm getting close though, right? It doesn't go too much further past 100, right? Okay, yeah. So I got to be getting close there.
The Governor. I preferred the Governor in the comics
more than Negan. Yeah, in the comics, I could see that. Yeah, because I've seen them both in the comics. Yeah, but in the show, JD was toned down a man. Like, yeah, yeah, and he was pretty much isolated to a season too. Like,
yeah,
but Jeffrey D. Morgan's the fucking man, dude.
Oh, yeah, fucking Flashpoint Batman, man. Can't go wrong with that.
I'm excited to see more of his backstory, like Negan's. You know, like I'd really like to see more of his, like, because they just really got into it. The last episode of, you know, the extras on last season was the first time they really dove into it, and I don't know. I feel like there's going to be more there. There's got to be at least one more flashback episode with him or something. You know, like
he's almost almost like a good guy in the backstory of his episode. It's like I was really
that's what I mean. Yeah, I really want to see how like he became the sanctuary Negan and everything, you know, like how that all came about, because I feel like even beyond his wife, something must have went down that he ended up putting that, like, okay, we killed the weakest one out of every group. You know, there's got to be an evolution there to how things got to that point that I think would be good, would be interesting, you know. Like,
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, definitely, dude, definitely.
I
prefer the let me put cows I prefer the Governor in the show more, to be honest. In the comic, he was just brutal and not much character development. He wasn't even in that many issues either. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but I still just I'm a JDM simp.
And did you know HBO they actually passed on The Walking Dead? They're like, no, we're good on this. Which is like, it would have been interesting to see.
I mean, I get it, because at the time it was kind of, I mean, when it came out, the zombie genre was kind of on a downward. You know, it wasn't really plopping at the time, and it kind of brought it back. You know, so. But at that time, AMC was rolling the dice on everything, and they came out with some hits at that time. You know, because of that. Like, even have you watched Preacher?
Yeah,
Preacher's fucking great, dude.
3 seasons. I didn't watch the last one.
I think that there's a 4th now. I don't think I watched it yet either.
How many seasons are there? 3 seasons?
I think there's 3. Yeah, you might be right there. There might be a 4th that I haven't watched yet. Now that I think about it, but
I remember watching the first 2 seasons.
That's good. Into the Badlands is fucking great.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Dude, the action in that was like, for a TV show. That shit, the fight sequences were crazy, man. And he's really good too. The dude, that actor that is the Oriental dude, you know, like. And then they had the friggin' fat dude from all those funny British movies was like in there ninja
with the fucking
nunchucking people and shit. Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. I was like, what the fuck is he doing here in the show?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, and he was like, they really had him fighting and shit. I was like, oh shit, that's crazy, dude. They probably shoot all that shit like this, like and then they speed it up. You know what I mean? So that it looks like they're like all like
all fucking editing and shit.
yeah.
Make me look cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
HBO. Yeah, man. Like to me, like it would have been fascinating to see The Walking Dead on HBO because they would have fucking pushed the limits on like fucking sex, violence, and all that shit.
Probably would have had a bigger budget too, like effects wise and everything too. Not that it's bad, but I mean,
yeah,
they could have did more. You know, like it's definitely a culture icon though.
Yeah,
it's that they definitely missed out on a big one with that.
But they were okay with it. They had Game of Thrones, so they were like, okay, well.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I just watched that like in the last year.
I haven't watched it yet.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's not my cup of tea. Like I'm normally not a Knights. I'm not a Dungeons and Dragons dude or anything. You know what I mean? And I watched the pilot and didn't stop for like a week straight till the whole show was done. Like it was that good. I was like, okay, like I get it. Like now I get it. Now I get why people go nuts over it. Yeah, exactly. Like, Justice League coming together and protecting the world when the world was a piece of shit, man. This is some biblical shit. I'm out. Oh man. Well, yeah, I think I'm gonna get wrapped up now.
Right, man.
Thank you everybody for coming. Thank you, Truth, for coming on, man. Kind of saved my ass because I would have been done streaming like an hour and 20 minutes ago if you weren't here. So.
No, this is a fun time, and I thank you for inviting me, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, thanks, man. I mean, it's my fault because I don't know what happened to Austin. Something must have happened with Austin, but other than him, everybody else I told at the last minute, I'm like, fuck, I didn't email anybody to see if they were coming on the show. I was like, shit.
Fuck, we're watching wrestling. I can't make it. Sorry. It's like, okay.
yeah, everybody. I know. I'm pretty sure everybody's is. It's like, and they're all probably partying too. Like I know, But yeah, thanks. I guess everybody here knows where to find Truth. I can see everyone in the chat. I've seen you all in this chat, so we all know. We all know the deal. All know where to find me. But everybody, please come check out Lean on Me tomorrow night.
Yeah, man.
I'm performing. I'm gonna do a few of my songs, and I don't think it's gonna be
here on your channel. Is it gonna be on YouTube? Any channel?
On Pop Culture Corner.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's Austin's starting his own show. It's going to be like a late night talk show. It's going to be at 10:30 tomorrow night, I think. But I'm performing at the end because he wants to do it like a Jimmy Fallon, Dave Chappelle format, where like the music acts at the end. You know what I mean?
That's gonna be dope.
And so yeah, I'm going to do a few songs. I'm debating on busting out the Snyder Cut song or not. I might.
It's celebration of the Snyder release. Why not?
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah. But yeah, thanks, Integrity, Puzzlers, Lucas, Caleb, Baby Girl, Dr. Fate, everybody in the chat. Anybody I missed, sorry. Thank you all for coming through.
Good night, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you, life, everyone. Man, bro.
All right, man. Thank you, brother. Have a good one, man.
You too.
All right.
So much. Girl, the weekend, that's that day we had the hashtag up. Release the Snyder Cut, and we would not give up. Till we got to see the vision Warner Brothers promised us. And then we trended up, despite all the naysay. And made them notice that we were never gonna go away. Kept fighting every day, and I guess that was the key. Cause now we're really gonna see Zack Snyder's Justice League. Release the Snyder Cut, release the Snyder Cut. It was the Justice League, and you douchebags fucked it up. Release the Snyder Cut, release the Snyder Cut. Why did you chop it up and make it fucking suck? Now we're getting Zack JL, now we're getting Zack JL.